Oh, hi everyone, and welcome aboard the Salty Spray, where we will be sailing to Eisen, it would seem, this week. But before we do, we should indeed do our social links and things. I should also unmute everyone else. Here are our social links. You can find Discord is where you want to go for the community. Twitter, go there, send me a DM, and I'll get you a game. And YouTube, catch up with this season and all the other seasons. We are full time. Thank you so much for all your donations. You can see us at the bottom of the screen. We are halfway-ish towards our goal. So thank you all so much for our support. We've got 10 days left. That's about 2 working weeks. So I think we even end on a Saturday as well. So we might have like a weekend academy push for that, that stretch goal and everything. That could be cool. That lines up real nice. Because obviously our month runs from the 17th till the 17th, so... you can also support us on Patreon. On Patreon you can find some free articles, one of which written by this lovely gentleman over here. This month's one is on low prep DM versus high prep DMs and how improv is a part of all games. And it's only 500 words, about 15 minutes, and you never know, you might just learn something. Go and check it out. You can also support us over there for as little as $1 a month, and that will get you access to special things. I think today I might make a Kel's voice line for you all to download for your phones in between streams. I think that'll be fun. We'll see what the voice line may be. I've got some ideas. It might be what I was just whispering to chat a second ago.
Do it.
Not chat, whispering to the cast when we were all silent. That was just for them. That was a present for them. What else have we got? We've got merch. Head over there to get that logo in your life. As far as I know, these notebooks have always been, if you buy 2, you get 10% discount. So, you know, and they're really great, actually. I genuinely prefer to use it for my notes now. I used to just use any old bits of paper. It's actually really nice having them all bound together. That's a new thing, you know, not having to search for... This is how I used to keep notes, on the back of old envelopes. So, you know, and still do to some extent. What else have we got? We've got sponsors. That's what we've got. We've got Bird in the Storm Publishing, who do t-shirts and mugs at the moment. You may have caught their Dark Wheeled stream on this channel several months ago, and they'll be creating more content for us in the next year. But all of their proceeds go to charity, excepting the stuff that comes towards us to promote them. So head over there and make that promotion worthwhile. Go and give them some money to give to charity. Do it. Go and buy a t-shirt. It'd be great. Thank you, Potato Hollow, who has brought 4 students to the class. Hurry up and sit down. What else have we got? We've got Mage Hand Press. This music's so distracting in the best kind of way. We've got Mage Hand Press, who are our sponsors of our Thursday game at 1 PM EST. It's a Space D&D 5e reskin. If that sounds like your thing, it's called Dark Matter, and you can see the free review and pre-order material in those links there. It's very worth checking out. Lastly, but most certainly not leastly, every 10 retweets we get a Wild Magic Surge, so please do head over and retweet the tweet. We're only at 3 retweets at the minute, and that is quite frankly pathetic, chat. Go and sort it out. Oh my, Gem Song coming in early with the £50 donation. 5 20s to each PC, so that'll be another 5 hero points to each PC. Thank you so much. I know Derek loves it when we all get tons of hero points. It's great.
Makes my life easier, to be honest with you.
It makes our lives easier too. Thank you so much, Gem Song. With that, I'll hand over to Derek to introduce everyone else.
Thank you, Scrat. Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of 7C, the soft, sensual episode on the waves. So yeah, if you know how we talked about prep versus improv, well, welcome to a game that's going to be mostly improv. Set to this
by necessity. By necessity.
By necessity. God, I had a busy ass week.
No, I just imagine that you came in with these brilliant ideas and then you met the 5 of us.
Yeah, more or less. But we'll be taking you through the soft sounds of the Eisen coast as we pick things up. And we're going to go around, starting with our dear beloved Scrat to tell us how Kels is feeling after 5 days aboard the Salty Spray.
5 days aboard the Salty Spray out at sea. This is my... Normally this is my home. This is where I can relax. But this journey I am so on edge. I do not want my new friends to think little of me, and I know my crew are a fucking shambles. So I have been running around making them swab the decks and being like the harshest captain I've ever been. And it feels good in some sense, but also, oh my god, it's so stressful. I remember when I just used to spend whole cruises just sleeping in my bedroom. And now I'm constantly giving orders and making things look nice and making sure everyone's happy, and oh... It's not an easy life, but it is a burden I shall bear.
And bear it you will. And now with our sweet, sultry radio voice, we're going to turn things over to Alex, who plays Grigory. How's Grigory doing? He's had 5 days aboard ship, and his wounds are finally starting to close.
So Grigory has basically just spent the last 5 days incapacitated, doing as little as humanly possible, getting as drunk as humanly possible. And for a man of his stature, that's quite a tall order. Let's face it, there's probably not much alcohol of any standard left on board. So yeah, he's coping, but that's about it.
Awesome. We're going to catch up with Una second to last. So we're going to jump over to Layla, who has also been enjoying her time aboard the Salty Spray, or maybe not enjoying her time. Layla, how are you feeling?
Hi. So Layla's basically been drinking with Grigory and ignoring most of the people on the ship outside of polite responses to things that they ask. She quite likes them, but they're not normally the kind of people she associates with. Yeah, so she's doing alright. Quite drunk.
Awesome. Drunk is a good way to be on the Salty Spray, as long as everybody else is okay. And now we're going to turn things over to the to our fantastic performer slash thief, the lady with all the coin, all the plans, and everybody's wallets.
Ria's been drinking with Layla and Gregory this entire time. Guaranteed. Yeah, pretty much. She has become actually good friends, though, with probably Boris, who's been making her the mimosas this entire time. She kind of low-key has been wanting to ask for a different drink, but I think she's just figured that this is part of her brand now, and that's about it. Also, there is a dog, and I have treats for him, so he's trying to get into the stream now. That's
Awesome.
pretty much it.
So, can you give us our recap? Because our
Yeah.
episode's going to go in a very different venue tonight.
Okay.
Because Una's not going to get much of a recap. She's going to get to catch up.
So here is the recap for episode 6, Phoenix Rising. Kels puts mimosas into the blue liquid. What could possibly go wrong? He starts seeing weird shit. He will never be my bartender. Vision of 2 Kels. Is he about to have a threesome with himself? Yep, okay, that's where this is going. Gabriel is okay. Phoenix is dead. Phoenix's face is burnt. It's Ezra Wells. There's a lot of question marks actually through this entire section. And Phoenix took over Fournier. Shit, Una's at gunpoint. Right into the danger point zone, because I think you got a ton of danger points at that point. And that's where that went. WTF shoots Grigory. Team Brute Squad is not okay. Una is kidnapped. Phoenix orchestrated us, but thanks to bartender Kells, he has Gabriel's voice in his head now. My brother is fine, but clearly is causing some shit. Team Sneak might be the only ones left. Go, Gregory! Stop the cart! Also, Larkenstein is the asshat with the gun. I'm so sorry, Eris! We have to give up Una to save Gregory. There's a lot of apologies. Not the first time Kells drank a person. Phrasing! GM tips, except Layla says no. I don't even know what the tip was, but it was just a giant no from her. I hand out hero points like I do bullets. Yep. Direct quote. Let's get booze. Oh god, boys in cages. Dylan and someone having a real bad life. Oh, they're dead. That's awkward. Kells might have a son. I don't know. Has a bracelet. So the dead body is Cyril. Layla cuts off his hand. Bracers popped equaled 1, because I don't think there's any other buttons. Thanks, Kel. So his bracers popped instead of buttons last week. Oh wait, Dylan can teleport the boys. After rum. More DM tips! Murder homes are fun. So wounded they can explode 10s. Kel's got good priorities, because that was his obsession for a while there. Layla finds the diary of Skullboy Largenstein. He's got some weird kinks, but let's not kink shame him. They made a guard dog sentinel program. Everything is awful. Kel's Guide to Being on the Sea. Rum, limes, and buttons plus 1 cannon. Why does Kel's smell like rose petals? Guy tip, don't be like Kel's. That's just a general life tip, I think, actually, not corrected.
Poor Kells.
Okay, this is before you had your talking to. Or where either you gave your talking to your crew. So, but especially when you fall off a roof, don't be like Kel's. Boris equals new mimosa bestie. So many euphemisms. Kells gives his boys a talking to with a gun. No weird shit. Deck tastes like raisins? Oh god, I forgot about that. How often do you lick your deck? Oh, thank god, Marina, except we just kidnapped her. Whoops. To Eisen! They're taking Una to Isengard. And that's where we ended.
Fantastic. Thank you
You're welcome.
so much.
I'd forgotten about the raisin ship and,
By
and
the way-
dismembering people.
You know,
The raisin part was the part that I was telling you about earlier. Scrap. That thing that I mentioned that happened. That was when it happened.
That's funny. I'm so sorry.
I love it being on YouTube because I've only watched the scene of Kells giving his crew the stern talking to like 5 times. Oh my god, it was like
Only 5?
I made the mistake of watching the Twitch VOD in the middle of Burger King at lunch. So I headphones on, I watched it away, and then I completely forgot how I found it. So I am full on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna put this in our private chat, but I'll can tell everybody. I was actually listening to the episode catching up in my car just because it's too good. I can't miss it. And I almost actually got into a car crash when he was like, the deck tastes like raisins, and I was laughing so hard. No more listening to Scraticus Academy while driving. Don't do that.
It's a risk.
Carl, we're too funny.
but with
I
that,
was fine.
and we're happy to have you back. So
Yay.
now, Una Nikma. Last you knew, there was a standoff with Larchenstein. A pistol to your head. And some kind of bargain had apparently been struck within seconds, thrown into a cart, but then suddenly rescued by the young man who you recognize from the portrait and from meeting him once or twice as Gabriel Fournier. We pick up the second that you got teleported. You hear a brief scream as you are suddenly thrust into a room made predominantly of stone. A large wooden table sprawls out before you as you are practically kind of thrown on the table. Not so much by the hand guiding you, but more of the force of the teleportation. As you catch yourself, the once skull-masked man who you have heard called Larchenstein falls next to you, kind of hits the table, bounces off, as Fournier is there glaring at him. How many times do I have to tell you, Larchenstein, not to be too rough on our guests? And he turns to you. Lady Nikmab, I hope you're all right.
I'm okay.
Good.
Where are we?
We are in a small keep in Eisen. For a few days, your guest quarters, so to speak. A bargain I struck with your dear Rhiannon. It was that, or I had Larchenstein shoot Gregory dead, and I would not have had any pleasure in that.
Okay.
As Larchenstein picks himself up. his hand hits the table. I was only doing what you asked. No, no. You were twisting my words. I said make a point. By shooting Gregory dead, that's not making a point. And first, to make our point, we have to start with the good lady Nickmab here. Now, Liechtenstein, I bid you go do your whatever experimentations you must do to make yourself happy and forget this little trifle of events. I will be here with our guest. Liechtenstein straightens his leather armor and fixing his robes, and he takes the mask that had fallen with him and fixes it back to his face. Very well, then. Do ring your bell if you need me for anything. I will. Thank you, Klaus. And with a single gesture, shoos Liechtenstein away. Fournier moves around to the table and pulls out the chair for you. Please, do sit. We have much to discuss.
I'll stand, thank you. She kind of moves over near the chair, but she doesn't actually sit in it, and she just crosses her arms and...
He moves around, he strikes a match or two, beginning to light candelabras in the room, setting one in the center of this long, ovoid table that sits in this room that's about 30 feet across and about 50 feet wide. You see two large doors at the very back end of the room, and closer to you there is a single wooden door that is kind of behind you to like your 8 o'clock that Liechtenstein has left for.
Are there any windows?
In this room, no.
Okay.
Well, you'll be standing for some time if that's the case.
What exactly are we to talk about here?
Your position on the nobility. I went searching for you and put you in the path so we would meet for a good particular number of reasons, but most importantly, I detect that you don't like the nobility as much as I do.
I'm not a fan of the structure, per se.
Lovely, and that is where the start of our business begins.
What exactly are you going for here?
Well, he says as he moves to the other side of the table and sits down. Let me introduce myself first of all. Where are my manners? I am, well, once you might have thought me Gabriel Fournier, but shut up.
As soon as you opened your mouth, you proved that you were not.
Astute. Very quick-witted, as always, Miss Nickmab. I am the one called Phoenix. Or I might instead introduce myself as Ezra Wells, former Knight of Avalon.
Does that name ring any bells to me?
Oh, absolutely.
Sarah. Okay.
You definitely would have heard that Ezra Wells was a traitorous knight who tried to overthrow the Queen of Avalon about 6 months ago. He was executed, actually burned at the stake for his crimes.
Okay. Would I happen to know if the Avalonian nobility would have the power to teleport via fire?
No.
No? Okay.
No, that is an oddity.
Because there was a theory brewing there for a moment. We're gonna put a damper on that, put a pin in it too.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Wells, you certainly have done quite the magic trick.
Yes. In fact, you'll find it's a healthy combination of all of them. All the different nations' magic are what brings me here today.
So, how? Exactly?
Well, I was already in league with Klaus Largenstein before my plot failed. And through some means of Hexenwerk, he brought me into a stable sort of malexistence, the form that you and I had our first duel in. And he had a theory, you see, that if I were to receive transfusions from Montaigne nobility, I might be able to burn their blood to give me the same ability to teleport. And that's when I got the idea. What if instead I had been born a Montaigne noble? Teleportation is so much better than just having some pompous knight ride around in your head. Being a Montaigne noble gives you freedom. Now, freedom they often squander.
The freedom comes with a price. Everything comes with a price.
Yes, that it does. The rigid structure of society that you and I have both been tormented by. I tried to liberate the people. What did I do? I assembled normal people and you, so you could meet them, grow to enjoy their company. In fact, become comrades with them. Oh, the look on your face, I'm sure, when Lartenstein shot Gregory. Huh. Oh, hell, the look on your face when I shot him. He was, well, glad I picked him. Normally not even a bear can withstand that much lead in him. But you care, and that is the rub, that is the problem with you being nobility, and that is the problem with nobility themselves. They do not care. But you do.
I think some of them care more than you think, but they also, too, feel the restraints of the power struggle. All
Yes.
Society has put on them as well.
Lovely, lovely. Now, see, here we are talking. No mask, no you looking at me like a monster. Do please sit. We'll be here for a long time.
I prefer to stand.
Well, you are a guest, and it is my guest preference that I would prefer. In fact, you are so much of a guest that I would allow you to leave at any time. But it won't do any good to leave here because I know what makes you tick. In fact, any moment now, he says as he turns, he stands up, and behind him there's a small shelf, little, almost like a dresser, like credenza, as he goes to one of the drawers and he pulls out a pocket watch and affixes it to the vest that Fournier is wearing, and opens it. He goes, yes, in a few moments you'll actually meet one of my conspirators. I think you'll find her quite interesting, he says as he puts the pocket watch into his pocket.
And who is she?
Someone we lovingly refer to as the witch. A fate witch from Vidace. How else do you think I found you? Knew where to look for each and every one of you, except you. You were obvious. You've always been the talk of the court. But the beautiful, shining diamonds in the rough, Gregory, Layla, Rhiannon, Kells, they all have their own parts to play, and it is you, oh, intricately you, who brings them together.
How do you know they're going to even care?
Why do you think I wanted to meet with you? This, my dear, is the turning point. This is where the stitches of fate rest solely on you.
What am I to do exactly in this plan?
Sympathy, hope, empathy, those things that you share with so few nobility. The fact that you can speak to the common man and rise them to a cause. a noble cause at that, true nobility, not this privilege by blood nonsense that has been raging for hundreds of years, that good people fight and die in. Do you think your friend Layla would have turned out the way she did if she never had to do all that nasty business in the war? No, clearly not. Do you think Kells would be... Well, now that one's probably true, regardless of the timeline you look at.
I do believe Kells is Kells, and there's no one who can change him for anything.
Ah, that is where you're wrong. You could.
Perhaps if he decided that he wanted to change, he could.
Yes.
But no outside person would.
Maybe. But I have seen another figure, a very potent one that makes Kells very uncomfortable.
Oh, a lot of people make Kells uncomfortable. It's just what part you're talking about.
Well, I find it's a healing touch that is the strongest.
Well, we shall see how that goes.
Yes, but seeing as you don't wish to stay, I will see you anyway. Anything I should send you off with? I feel like walking through the Lieblich Files would be rather unpleasant alone. I know. I wonder if he's here yet. And he goes to the credenza, opens another drawer, and pulls out a bell and rings it. With the tinkling of the bell being carried in this echoing stone hall, you hear something. It sounds like footsteps walking closer to you, but they're heavy. There's almost this weight to them that it brings. And like it almost like the floor rumbles a little bit. And approaching you is a young man with dark hair, a few scars on his face. And his form is large and hulking, almost like he's almost been like put on some kind of like steroid or something. There is you see that his muscles huge and hulking, but his skin is almost turned this unnatural shade of a sort of dark gray. This is Jeremy. Jeremy will be escorting you out of the woods.
Question.
Yes.
GM question, I should say.
Yes.
Did I hear the name Jeremy? She
did. She did tell everyone.
She did tell everybody. Okay. I couldn't remember because it was a couple episodes ago and wasn't sure if I was there or not. Okay. And I look at Jeremy and I say, "Well, you don't look like your sister at all."
Things change, says his voice. Yes, and it was by Jeremy's brave volunteering after he came to understand what was going on here that he decided to change. For the better. Isn't that right? Jeremy nods solemnly. Now, Jeremy, my dear Sentinel, if you wouldn't mind, as soon as Una would like to go, please escort her through the forest and take her to... let's see here. What would work? Well, Una, you don't mind waiting till Giovanna shows up. She'll be able to tell you where your friends are going to be. And I mean, unless you'd like to just walk back to Montaigne by yourself. I mean, I could bring you back, but I like being more of a sort of final decision sort. It sort of really comes across with the necessary villain kind of role. Does that make sense?
Necessary villain.
Of course. Everyone needs a banner to either rally behind or rally against. Why do you think I wore that ridiculous mask?
You don't think the nobility should play that part, obviously. So why not you? You don't have a god complex at all, do you?
No, I don't, because God's not fair. I am.
Nothing's fair. You might think you're fair, but you're not. You're skewed to a certain way of thinking because of the experiences that you've had. Nothing's fair. It's all skewed. Depends on your perspective of it, though.
Well, then you have this time to convince me otherwise, and maybe I will pack up my things, turn to Jeremy, let him snap my neck. Not yet. And we'll be done here.
So
I
you
will
said
hand-
that Jeremy is happier now and things have changed for the better, yet you will let him snap your neck, but not yet. So things are not better.
We have to hear your
Jeremy
case,
is
don't we?
not happy here. If he wants to snap your neck.
Phoenix looks over to Jeremy. Do you want to? Not particularly, no. Yeah, see? But you have 5 days to convince me. I'm going to give them 5. Let's see here. It's sailing from Montaigne. 5, 6, 7. Or until you leave. To convince me that I truly am the villain, I tell Jeremy, you know what? I was right. Sorry, you can snap my neck and we're done here. I won't come back. I'll stay dead. And I'll make sure Liechtenstein doesn't do anything untowards with my corpse. Look, I am trying to relate to you, Una, and I think we do. I think you and I just made very different choices.
That's an understatement. Yes, we've made very different choices. I have chosen not to kill people and not to shoot people to prove a point, first of all.
Yes.
And
No. Go on, please.
disabling a system by kidnapping people and taking their being to use as your whatever witch woman can make of you. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And doesn't
Tell
mean
that-
it's right either.
Tell that to the nobility for the past hundreds of years. Everything they shouldn't have done, bringing us to this, classes, the rich versus the poor, the orphans of Eisen and the war, Avalon and their blatant distrust and their greed at the rest of the world. You tell me that the world is made of things that we shouldn't be doing, and tell me who really is the bigger monster. Someone who is willing to shoot a few people, the right precise shots, to unbalance the entire cog, just nudge the tiller just a little. Or the people that will destroy lives with war. I haven't started a war, no. I'm seeking to end one permanently.
You do realize that once you create this void of nobility, someone will come and step in. And eventually, the wrong people will be in power and it will happen all over again. Are you going to come back and come back and come back and try to save the world? You can't do that.
No, I can't. And that's why I want to convince you to be the person that runs the world once my ashes have settled.
No, absolutely not. I have absolutely no want to rule.
You don't have to rule. You just have to lead. There's a difference.
I don't want to lead.
You already do. You lead those good people, those ragtag bunch of commoners. You give them purpose, give them meaning, you give them credit. Hell, I was watching very carefully. You actually gave Kel Samat direction and he enjoyed it. Outside the bedroom. That is, from what I hear, hard to do.
Well, I don't think that the list of things that Kel Samat enjoys is something that we need to go into right now.
No.
Because
that would be
frankly,
bad.
I'd rather not think of it at all.
No. I
But-
do appreciate your humor.
Sorry, chat got me for a second. Gotta stay over this side. I have no want to lead. The times that I did tell them what to do, I almost got them killed. Who says I should lead? That's not a good leader. This is not something that I can do.
Leaders are not born, they are forged in fire.
Well, that's a very interesting way to put it, I guess. Maybe we should burn you again and you could be a better leader.
Keep that fire about you, Miss McNob. It definitely suits you. Just as it suits me. Now, Jeremy can either show you to your room or he can help you get through the forest. Either one, your choice. I'm not going to stop you.
I will stay.
Well, Jeremy, show her to her room, will you? Jeremy nods. This way, then, please, he says as he, with one of his large hulking arms, gestures towards one of the far doors.
I'll follow him.
Okay.
I try to keep Ezra in my sight as much as possible, though
Okay.
I don't trust the fuck out of him.
As you leave, yeah, you certainly, you see him just kind of just watching you as you go. He just sort of gives you a polite nod. And it sounds like a door opens and he stands to take note of it. Following Jeremy, you are led up a spiraling staircase to a room which feels like it's on the 3rd floor. It's, you kind of like look up, you kind of feel it, you know the sort of pattern of many towers. It definitely on the 3rd floor. It is in a it's definitely a circular shape because this goes up in a straight tower, very wide, but old, sturdy. You're not sure where exactly you are, but there is there's definitely a sort of sort of looking for timelessness about the tower that stands out to you as you reach a landing and Jeremy gestures at a rounded wooden door. This would be your room.
As we're going up the stairs, Una says, Jeremy.
Yes.
Where are we exactly?
We are in a place called Greystone Tower in Eisen.
How far is the nearest town?
It is half a day's journey on foot. And there are many horrors that walk the forest.
Thank you, Jeremy. Are you really happy here? Do you like the way you are now?
I serve a purpose.
That wasn't an answer.
Is Rhiannon well?
That wasn't an answer either. And she reaches up and she just touches his cheek very, very softly. And she says, she misses you very much.
As you touch Jeremy's cheek, it feels cold. Almost a little deathly.
And she actually puts her hand closer to his cheek because she's like, oh, like her heart's breaking right now. And she kind of covers his cheek with her whole hand. And she says, please don't follow this man anymore. Your sister is doing everything she can to stop this. She just wants to get you back.
Jeremy leans closer. I know that's what she's doing. And if that's what drives her, I will play the part I must. My sister is capable of great things, but she needs to see the bigger picture. And hopefully, if I am part of that picture, hopefully, my sister's good heart will lead her to do something other than hide.
Don't you hide either. Not from who you really are. And she goes into the room.
Okay. Jeremy gives you a nod as his hulking form makes his way back down the stairs. The door opens smoothly, without a sound, into a well-furnished room. Large fur rug covers the stone floor. Lanterns already softly burning in them. There is a single bed, about twin size, draped in a number of fur blankets and very finely silk covered pillows. You notice that there is a trunk at the foot of the bed with an envelope on top of it.
Is there anything written on the envelope?
It is addressed to you.
Of course it is. Una goes over and looks at the envelope and just kind of taps it against her cheek as she looks around the rest of the room.
Okay.
Taking in all the details. No windows, I assume.
There is a window in here. It is about a narrow, rectangular, slotted window. Nothing you could get through too easily. Maybe if you had the right, amount of, tools or some kind of like lard, you might be able to slip out of it. But as it stands,
she's gonna hoard lard for 5 days and then just cover herself in it. That's not gonna happen.
Just dive through, just woo!
Oh, that's going in the notes. I see your writing. Not actually doing this. No, she was just gonna look out and see what's around her because she hasn't seen any. She wants to see where she is. She needs to get a feel for her surroundings.
Okay. As you look out the window, you see a sprawling forest with dark green leaves. There's somewhat of a clearing where you are now. The clearing leads about 100 feet before it meets the side of the woods. All the trees have very dark bark. The canopy is super thick, so as you look out under at the tree line, very little light passes into the forest.
Okay, yep. Forest is probably not good by yourself. So we're gonna not go out the window because Una's a smart cookie. And I guess she's going to open the envelope very, very carefully because she's very suspicious.
Okay. As you open the envelope, it is addressed, as you read inside, it simply says, "What sort of host would I be if I only let you have the clothes you're wearing?"
He's trying to win me over. It's not going to work. Okay. She looks at the clothes. What did he dress her for?
You recognize this stitchwork. This all appears to be from La Voilette in Charus.
Are there any pockets?
Yeah, the dresses are made with pockets. It looks like Clarice's, usual.
Perfect. All right. I won't burn it then. Sorry, Nedley. Okay. I guess she's going to then take as long as she needs to, really, and just thoroughly search the room looking for anything that might be interesting or helpful to her, either getting out of this place, figuring out what exactly he's trying to do, because he didn't really give her much in the way of details, and anything that would help her escape. She also double checks and makes sure that she still has all of the swords that she put into her jacket.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. She doesn't know how blood magic works. She doesn't know if somehow he searched her during the teleportation or something. I don't know.
Okay. But this is the room you're in, and we are going to, we're gonna kind of go through rather quickly. Yeah, not quickly, but we're gonna go over what happens in the next 5 days. Can't take the entire evening for it, but
Oh, come on. I'm kidding.
hello and welcome to the episode where we make the other 4 players watch us roleplay.
I'm totally down with this. I love where it's
We're
going.
right in here. We're good. We're watching this. It's wonderful.
Wholly invested.
I keep noticing. I love it when ever I mention one of the other characters. There's always this moment where you guys So the following day, Phoenix invites you to breakfast. In fact, he invites you to every meal. But the question is, do you accept?
Una will accept because she is polite.
Mhm.
She doesn't say much at all over
Okay.
the course of the time there. Essentially, her mindset through this is to try to keep him talking about his plans as much as possible to see how much she can get out of him, like specifics. She wants to explore, well, I'll just say she wants to explore the surroundings, like the tower that she's in, all the rooms she can. And try to meet anybody that comes in. She wants to try to at least get a glimpse of them.
Okay. So we're gonna break this down into a single skill check.
Yeah, she's essentially going super spy. She's just gonna hang around and try to get intel.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a choice. You can either make your focus talking to Phoenix and getting information out of him, or you can alternatively be focusing on kind of doing more of the subterfuge version of information gathering. For each raise you get, if you go with talking to him directly, you can ask a question and you'll receive the answer. If you go with subterfuge, that will give you the option of poking into varying places that I offer.
Can I just quickly, because it's been ages and I haven't really had a chance. Thank you very much. We are Nerdsmith, who I think have left the chat now, and I've literally just started speaking and I got something in my throat. There we go. I was eating chocolate. That's my bad. Thank you very much. We are Nerdsmith, who donated a sub to Johnny Z80. Johnny, you get a free nat 1 or 20 to gift. In this case, it will be a Doom point for the DM or a Hero point for us, or one of us that you may choose. Sorry. Carry on.
Thank you, and thank you.
Um,
Choice is yours. And notice, okay, so you'll have 3 options. You can do empathy or convince, with whichever skill you find best for that. So either I would imagine wits,
yeah.
Or panache. I would also say you can do that if you're trying to trick it out of him. You could do notice, and you might learn who's working for him, and you might overhear some of his conversations. Or you can do the theft and sneak around and poke into things. Those are your 3 options.
Let's go for empathy and panache. I want to try to trick him into telling me stuff. Because I feel like that's the kind of direction that Una would actually take, even though Eris is not actually that great at tricking people into telling her stuff.
Okay. Well, that's what the raises are for. Go ahead and roll for me your raises for panache, empathy.
And this is the first time I've tried to trick anybody out of information, so do I get an extra one for that?
You do. And seeing as you described why and how, etc., you also get an extra bonus die. So 2 extra bonus die on top of whatever you're rolling.
Okay. And how many hero points can I use?
You can, if I recall correctly, there is a note in the documents using hero points. You can use it on. Yeah, you can use as many hero points as you'd like on a single risk. I'm going to say with the volume you have, try to keep it under 5, or no more than 5.
I was just gonna do like 4 because
Awesome.
I have a lot of hero points and it really counts. Okay,
So that's being rolled for those of you guys that don't know, tuning in. 7C is played with a D10 dice pool. For every combination of 10 you can make, that is 1 point that we call raise that can be spent to influence the scene or the narrative.
And Derek, is this first edition 7th C or second edition 7th C?
Thank you for asking, Scrat. It is the second edition of 7C.
There we go. Thank you.
And what a roll. What
Yeah,
a
that's
roll.
pretty good.
that's my best roll so far in game.
Wow. So do you have
The first time I got above a 4.
how many ranks in empathy do you have?
I have 2.
Okay, so you can't reroll anything. So 7. You have 7 questions. But seeing as we're getting close to about the hour, we're gonna take a quick break. So Scrat, Yep.
Questions.
and I'm also gonna say you can pull up these questions between now and until the end of the entire story. So you have 7 free questions, piece of information that you can know at any point.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's going in red on my book. I'm so excited.
That way we can kind of do it as a remember and need to know basis. So, who is it that we're taking breaks first?
I believe it will be you, Derek. It will be Eris, and it will be Alex, who is going to go make some tea and stuff.
Okay, awesome.
Meanwhile, the rest of us can talk about what the hell's just going on here and how this is making us feel while these characters are having this like one-on-one roleplay, because we're all definitely massively invested.
Oh my gosh.
Now I want to sit around and listen to it.
Yeah,
though.
No,
Be
go
back.
away.
Okay, we'll see you shortly. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, please, guys. Yeah. So, Natalie,
my
why don't we
God.
start with you? What are the things? How are you feeling?
There's a lot of feels on both me and Rhiannon, because as a small weird insight into Rhiannon and how I built her as a character, so in real life I actually do have a brother whose name is JD. So when I actually shorthand Jeremy to J, that is what I actually call my brother. I'm
Intense.
so glad I waited till Derek was gone to actually say that too.
And oh wow, yeah, and like this
Yeah.
is like really. And
So
is he
oh,
that?
yeah.
Is your real brother like manipulative in that way as well?
No. My brother is the kind of
that's a
person
shame.
who would probably get manipulated, though. Jake, if you're on this, I
Aw.
swear to God, I'm so sorry. I love you. So like for me, if you see my reactions, a lot of it is very true to me, because I don't know, that's just how I am. But nonetheless, like for me, I'm like, oh, while it's not my brother, it is my brother. So I am, although I did write in my notes, Jeremy equals Solomon Grundy. So, because that's the best like connection I've got.
That's my headcanon for him now. Yeah.
Right?
Um.
Okay, but like gray skin and like not doing, like not all there probably. So, going with it. Yeah, so that's me and Rhea at this point. Oh my God, this is insane.
And how about you, Jay? How are you feeling?
I'm having a great time. I really enjoy reading, and I currently feel like I'm listening to an interactive audiobook, which is great. Derek's got a great storytelling voice, isn't he?
Yeah.
But like,
Actually, can Derek do audiobooks? Can we request that?
he should. I would buy
Like,
that.
I think I would actually listen to him.
I would buy that. That would be fantastic. But
Yeah.
no, I could just sit here this entire stream and not realize and just listen to Derek
Yeah.
talking to Harris instead.
Hey, Missy X. Well, welcome. Thank you for the raid.
Hi.
Missy, haven't seen you for a while. Welcome.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Una.
I love Una too. Una's
All right,
amazing.
heard my name. What?
Oh, nothing. We were making fun of you. Just insulting you again like usual,
yeah.
Derek. It's all good.
About you, not to you. So.
I tell you what I really like. I like Una's sass, and like every time Derek goes to say something, she's just like, nah,
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 Yeah,
not doing
nah.
that.
not having any of this. I love her.
I want you to do this. Just laughs in your face. Beautiful.
I love. Oh my goodness.
Amazing
Yeah.
roleplay.
Yeah. How's Scrat? How's Kels?
Oh, you know Kells. Kells is riding at the front of the ship. You know, shirt probably a bit more undone than this already, billowing in the breeze. Mustache waving as well in the breeze.
Oh my God.
It's become slightly unkempt now. Still firmly erect on his face, but not you know,
Mustache
not so
firmly
tiny.
erect. Got it.
Yeah. It's sort of like a gentle messiness. It's beautiful in its own sense if you were that way inclined.
There's a great close-up of it going in. If this is like a movie, yeah.
Oh no, it's not even a close up, it's a zoom out. You start on the moustache and then come out to the rest of the
Beautiful.
So if you guys would like to visit the gift shop aboard the Salty Spray, it just opened. It's called Gentle Messiness. You can go in, get yourself a souvenir.
Oh. Derek, do you do audiobooks?
You know, I keep getting a lot that I should.
Alex said he'd pay for it, so would I.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
We're into
I actually will be doing a show that's kind of voiceover coming soon called Design Feats, where I talk about, game design and stuff. So look for that coming in 2019.
this. Cool.
Amazing.
Small
Yeah, because
plug.
we were just talking about how we're like, yeah, Derek should do audiobooks because I think we could just listen to his voice. So or do like nighttime things. I don't know, like ASMR video. I don't even know.
I want you to help me take over the country.
Yeah, that sounds
I'll
great.
do it.
Perfect. Done. I'm sold. Let's go.
But now,
That's
Kells, hang on.
dangerous.
Oh no!
I want you to help me take over the country.
No.
You're far too good at that.
Oh, cows. I
Wait.
love.
It's funny that you mentioned like the whole voice thing, because what you didn't hear as I was making myself this iced coffee, not that there's ice in it, but my kitchen's cold enough that it is very cold.
My office is like that. I got you.
I'm going around the room sounding like Kumat Soul from Critical Role, being like, all right, just gonna get some coffee here. You're gonna pour that in there? Yep, that'll work just fine. I gotta get myself respectively back to the table in 5 minutes.
I love it. I will do that, but with like a really bad French accent for a while, or whatever has come to me recently. It is really, really weird. The different voices.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of the German accents. I started off with one German accent, and now I've got about 7.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say much more because we're in Eisen, meaning we're gonna find out how real fast I'm bad at this.
What?
Love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Southern, though, apparently I can't do so well. My Southern drifts about 300 miles between sentences, I'm told. When I play Elvis on Thursdays, he's got a lot of daddies. His accent goes all over the place.
Oh my god, I love it.
I could do South Coast English, and that's about it.
Wow,
can
but
do
you do
Southern-
that really well.
I know, thank you. I'm very well practiced at it, actually.
You know what's
My
really funny?
southern is bad. It just goes very, very south.
You know what's really funny though, is that oftentimes, back in the '80s, in like Texas Renaissance Festival, the advice they used to give the actors to sound British was like, well, you just gotta sound like you're from Georgia. It's like, no.
No. Although, apparently a lot of people who are from Georgia are mistaken for being Canadian.
I can see that.
I've spoken to a couple of people from Georgia, and apparently, English people mistake them for Canada. Apparently, I mean, not me, because I know the Georgian accent. I've got a few friends from Georgia. I might not be able to do a rendition of it, but I know it to hear. And yeah.
Oh, come on. You're not going to grace us with that?
Yeah, come on, do it.
I can't. That's what I mean. I can't do a rendition of it.
Oh.
My Southern wanders all over the place.
Southern is the only accent I have. Everything else sounds like I'm making fun of people, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Do you know,
That's
actually,
the problem I
I'm
have.
trying, okay?
that is my
Yeah.
first voice acting experience, like what I consider voice acting. It wasn't like anything professional, but I remember the first time I tried putting on an accent, and it was when I was speaking with my friend whose family was Scottish, but he'd grown up in England, and he had a Kent voice. Jay knows the Kent voice. He just had a Kent.
I do.
He just had a Kent accent. I was like, oh, but could you do a Scottish accent because you're from Scotland? And he went, oh, don't make me laugh, laddie. And I straight away heard him say it, and I was like, hey, I could do that. And I was like, don't make me laugh, laddie. And straight up, he was like, you taking a piss? I was like, alright. Like, I remember it to this day. Like, I just tried it, and he was like, you taking a piss? I was like, no.
That's what I'm terrified about this game, because all these accents are coming together, and it's like, well, time for my weekly voice acting test.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Well, if we're still with Una and Derek one-on-one, should
Yeah.
we head back in? I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure Alex will be back shortly.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. So,
He's drinking a lot of water quickly. That's joke.
so how many days do you stay for? You are given the option to leave at any point.
Do I see the witch at any point? Do I get
You
a chance
do.
to talk to her?
She
Ah.
does. She does grace you you two with her presence the following day at lunch.
Okay.
She enters as you are. It basically as you've already begun to eat. She enters the room. A pale-skinned woman with long black wavy hair. There is makeup about her eyes that is very dark and smoky. Great number of beads hang around her very pale, thin neck. And there's this sort of uneasiness in the air that just radiates off of her. Phoenix introduces her as Giovanna. And she doesn't really speak directly to you much. She speaks in very short, terse sentences. Even as Phoenix was so polite to introduce you in his normal, elegant fashion, her only reply was, "Yes, I know."
Where are my friends?
Coming. A couple days more. You will see them. She says, she says, and she just kind of, she closes her eyes and opens them, and her eyes quickly become this misty gray color. Their normal dark brown irises disappearing to only being this cloudy white. Off the coast of Vish. Yes. Couple days more. You'll see them.
Well, she's fucking creepy, and Una doesn't like her, but she will stay until the 5 days has passed. If the 5 days passes and she doesn't see her friends, she will leave on that 5th day. The 6th day. She'll leave on the 6th day.
Sounds good. And the 5th day arrives. And after, these several discussions with Phoenix about his philosophy, and having tricked a little bit of information out of him, having seen Larchenstein passing through, every time you saw Larchenstein, always bits splatters of blood and other liquids that you don't recognize somewhere on his apron. His mask now gone, replaced with a some sort of surgical mask and bandana. Occasionally seeing Jeremy, who would escort you to and from rooms. Giovanna, and every once in a while you would even see Louise Delac. On the 5th day, or rather, the morning of the 6th day. Phoenix approaches you, knocks on the door, and says, "Now, your time here is up. Your friends have arrived. They will be making their way towards their destiny, and ultimately you. I have so enjoyed our talks. Hopefully, when we meet next, you will consider me a tentative friend before anything else."
We shall see.
I know. But it has been a pleasure.
Pleasure is all yours, I'm sure.
That wit is going to change the world, my dear. And he opens a small signet ring with a little bit of a needle on it. And he just, and he reaches out and grabs you, and you hear the scream as the metallic smell envelops you.
Super creepy.
My friends aboard the Salty Spray.
Hi.
Hello.
After about 6 days of, hi guys, so sorry about that. Had to just exposit.
We've had tons of mimosas. It's been grand.
Yeah. We don't
Yes.
remember the last 5 days.
We really
Past
don't.
it. You know what? We're gonna set it back to something that's a little bit more up to our speed. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So,
Do I have like this music playing on the ship? Just like
I reckon they probably do.
Probably.
Yeah. I think one of them's playing like a regular double bass, but he's playing it into a box, so you get that like almost electric bass reverb. You know.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
it's just Stefano. Just all day, every day.
Perfect.
Playing the same damn song.
And I'd love to think as well that Kels is around. You that swap the deck. You make sure the sails are in good condition. You get to the debonicling. For God's sake, Stefano, keep playing music.
It is my pleasure, he says. Just continues smoothly producing these sounds.
Oh.
So, thanks to Kel's suddenly rigid style of captaining, being hard and firm with his crew,
But tender at the same time.
but tender at the same time, he has whipped them into shape over the several days that you have been there. Everybody has been on their best behavior for the most part. Sadly, Griffin's voice is still as annoying and piercing as it has been, but he has been talking to a minimal amount, only as what Kels would direct him and what conversation he might try to make with you. As you guys arrive in a hinterland port off the on the coast, leading right up to the territory of Birch. I'm just going to type that in chat so you guys can see it. So you guys are about the ship. Marina standing nearby Kels as he stands heroically doing what?
Oh, he is standing on the prow of the ship as we're heading into port, one leg on the railing, of course, and shirt billowing,
Okay.
wide. And he says, Marina, I truly appreciate that you have come with us to heal our men and keep us safe. It has been a long journey, but I feel better having you on board the ship.
Believe it or not, it hasn't been a terrible time. I am happy you brought me along. So why are you standing like that? Are you hoping people will notice you, or...
Don't you ever do things just because it feels good?
You notice a sudden flush of red move up her cheeks.
I throw something at them mid-conversation.
What does he throw at them?
Like a brick.
No, I was thinking like a
Coconut.
bottle or something, but I don't want to throw anything that's actually going to hurt them. I just want to
I'm
remind
fine.
them that we are actually
Yeah, you can toss it well up and over their heads. You don't have to hit anybody.
here. Thanks.
I mean, unless you want to try to roll raises to actually strike Kels in the head.
Fire the cannon.
No, I don't want to actually hurt him. I throw it at their feet, so it like smashes by their feet.
Okay, so yeah, a bottle comes streaking, hits, crashes at your feet. And,
What was the name of the one with the annoying voice again?
Griffin.
Griffin, swap the deck.
I just did that side, though!
Our guests want to throw bottles, then you must clean the deck.
This is a great game.
This is wonderful.
I imagine this has been happening for about 4
Yeah.
days.
Griffin is... You, like, every time you do this, Griffin just mumbles under himself more, like, faster and more Irish. Well, if you could mostly... And he just goes over and just kind of swabs it. He goes... It's glass! I can't just, like, sweep... It's not like it's a liquid that's just gonna get absorbed.
Well,
Like-
work it out. You're a cat. What do I pay you for? Just clean it.
You said that you were gonna pay me in and I quote, delicious time, and it's not been delicious. You said, and I quote, there'd be plenty of booty, and I haven't seen either. Hell, Stefano has had more of a prosperous time than me. And Stefano's still there playing the guitar.
Okay,
His shirt billowing, his long blonde hair blowing in the breeze.
come in for a huddle. Come on,
Okay.
come on in.
Well, isn't it more of a chat if it's just like the two of us, or do we? Captain wants a huddle! He
No.
yells across the deck.
Belay that order. Just me and you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna pull
sure.
him right up to the rail, and I'm just gonna push him off.
As he goes, yeah, okay, Captain. Woo!
I mean, this is
like,
at the front of the ship, so he's not gonna like struggle. He can get back on board. It's not like he's
Yeah.
dead or anything.
You do splash, and in
I'm
a
gonna
couple
wave
minutes,
at him.
and in a couple minutes he climbs back up. Boris helps him back. Now, remember, how many times does that have to happen for you to learn your lesson? Oh, until I get it. Good boy. And you see Boris take like a cracker out of a pocket, hand it to Griffin. Now, you're getting the deck all wet. You'll probably want to swab it more. Gregory, what is it you're doing as you see that if you are on deck, as this
Apparently getting mauled by the ship's cat.
is Yep. Okay. Kels, what is the ship's cat's name?
The ship's cat's name is hang on, give me a second. It is
Just look at this. Look at it. The stroppy bear. She's like, yeah, I'll fuck with your microphone, and you don't even care. It's like,
She looks like you've put her in the naughty corner.
she put herself there. Now
well,
looking at me.
the problem is we're not very good at names, but we know this is a pussycat, and we wanted something to do with the sea, so we went for Octopussy.
Perfect.
In the words
Yes.
of Sean Connery, I must be dreaming.
Okay, so Grigory is now slightly pickled, but is feeling a lot better. His wounds have begun to heal to the point, he's regained a lot of mobility. So at this point, he is like not head to toe in bandages, but pretty close.
Okay.
His clothes are rather torn, but you can just see that he's literally laced with bandages, and is trying to help out aboard as best he can.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so you're probably helping Boris with his work because Boris has, the most heavy lifting to do.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So Boris isn't far away as you see Griffin get pulled back aboard. This is probably maybe the 4th or 5th time you've seen this happen, actually.
Okay, Grigory's going to turn to Boris. Does he not ever learn?
Nope. He is, he is about as brilliant as a potato.
But even potatoes are useful.
Okay, he's about as brilliant and useful as a bad potato.
That's fair.
They're still used for seeds, though.
Hey,
says to
he
the
can
disembodied
swab
guy,
the deck at least.
Fertile.
He can swab the deck at least.
So, so Boris says, we'll be arriving at port soon. You're probably going to want to help me pull this thing. He goes, he just hands you a rope. He goes, here, you know what you're doing. Stefano is slowly making his way closer to Layla with his guitar, just softly playing these notes. So, do you have any requests for a song?
Yeah, stop playing.
And he just looks at you, and he just like, there's this moment of consideration. He's just like, okay.
I'm gonna wink at him.
And
That's really going to confuse the poor bugger.
he just kind of,
Yeah.
he says, that's, I'll be fucking off now. And he just, he takes the guitar, just,
Hey, Stefano, what happened to the music? Keep playing the music!
sorry, I'm right on it. Right on it, not a problem.
We want our guests to be entertained!
And he goes back to playing the same shit song that he's been playing for the last 5 days.
I'm gonna laugh and throw a bottle by his feet.
Okay, Layla throws another bottle. It breaks near his feet, and you hear, God damn it! Stop fucking throwing bottles!
We're never going to be allowed back on board. Ever.
Of course you are. Kels runs the damn boat.
Okay, this is my ship.
So
I've
Rhiannon,
been waiting to replace Griffin anyway.
Rhiannon, what are you up to?
Obviously playing Break the Bottle with Layla.
Okay.
We
I
are
could
the
just
best
imagine
of
it.
friends now.
Like
So-
standing bottles on the.
Well,
on the
okay,
side
so
of
we've
the
been
boat.
drinking through like a lot of the alcohol. I've become good friends with Boris by this point. He makes a wonderful mimosa. My flask is definitely filled up with mimosa again.
Is that a euphemism?
Aboard the salty spray,
Oh.
everything is a euphemism.
Boris is probably the only one I tolerate besides Kels on this ship. Not even the cat, because I think I've just gotten so sick of that cat too.
Yeah, it's constantly like breaking shit, getting away.
Yeah. So the game has been it not only break the bottle, which is also known as secretly let's piss off Griffin. Way too much fun.
It's our
As
favorite
well-
game.
It really has been. There's even a point system now that we've kind of come up with that Layla and I have been working back and forth. I'm just rolling with this.
I love it.
With based on like what kind of bottle you're able to break, and so that's been kind of our game for the last few days. And so, especially if you interact with the cat on this, you get bonus points for getting the cat.
And how close you can get it to people without actually hitting them.
Exactly.
You lose
Okay.
points if you hit them.
Exactly.
Awesome.
You should award points
Re-
for bounces.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out the rules for this game.
Daniel has caught on to this a little.
Shit.
As Daniel walks by, he goes, "Oh, you want to see this? It'll be brilliant." And he goes, "Bonus points." He points up to the crow's nest. "Marco, watch this." And he takes one of the bottles and he hucks it up there, and you see the bottle up. And as it reaches the crest of the throw, you hear a bing, and you watch as Marco tumbles halfway out of the crow's nest, hitting the varying the arms of the mast, and he lands at about 3 down, and you hear, "Bastardo! Que cosa? Oh, sorry, that wasn't meant to hit you, Marco. My deepest apologies." Rhiannon, how many points off of that?
Oh, he gets I think at least 50 off of that one. That was a good one. Crow's Nest is huge.
Oh, well, I got
Well done, Daniel.
Well, you know, I just hopefully I didn't lose too many points by hitting Marco. Hey, Marco!
No,
For the record, where did the bottle hit you? It hit me in my head! You
Ooh.
bastard!
Did it break?
The bottle actually, you see kind of like sort of delayed reaction, rolls off the side of the crow's nest and falls and breaks about 3 feet away from you guys.
If it didn't break on his head, that was just a really good bounce.
Then you're good. It's just a bounce. You get an extra 5 points, buddy.
Oh, well, fucking hell. I'm getting
Yeah.
good at this.
Yeah. You're gonna catch up to Layla now at this rate.
I'm just gonna pull it back a little bit. Okay, we were wondering why Kells wasn't speaking to everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's yeah.
you guys have been staying occupied
Oh, yeah.
as the coast now draws closer. You hear Marco yell up from top as he's picking himself back up. Oh, by the way, there's land, you fuckers! As he climbs back up to the crow's nest. And within about 15 minutes or so, you guys will be docked at the harbor.
Yeah, I'll call up. Marco, does it look like Versha?
To be honest with you, Captain, I'm seeing 3 of them, because suddenly a bottle hit me in the head. But yes, one of those 3 must be Russia.
Excellent. Don't
Watch
drink
out
so
for the
much.
wine bottles.
Aye, aye. And you just see him as he looks down at Daniel, he just gives Daniel. Daniel goes, "Sorry."
Good job, Daniel.
Oh, thanks.
But still my favorite.
Gregory, do you say that as you walk by Daniel helping Boros with the things?
Oh yes.
Daniel gives a, aye. Cheers, man.
Okay, so Daniel's on my list of ones I also tolerate on this.
So Daniel approaches Kels and says, "So, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know Eisen very well.
You've never
you
been
have any-
before?
No, because remember that one time, it was like my first week and we were in Eisen, and you said to me, Daniel, stay on the ship. I don't want you to fuck this up for me.
Yes.
Poor guy.
No, it is a code we have.
Yeah, it is. It's a definitive code. It's don't fuck this up for me, so that way I can get fucked up later.
No. It's the bureaucratic, romantic, honorary agreement, also known as the Bro Agreement.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
don't see that.
Oh, right, yeah, no, the Bro Agreement. It's like a code, if you might.
Yeah.
It is a solid and most sacred avowed code that cannot be violated by any means.
It's more of a guideline than a code.
As Griffin is shuffling broken pieces of glass into dustpan, he goes, "Yeah, fucking apparently."
Griffin, why are you sweeping it into a pan? You realize we're in the middle of the fucking ocean.
There will probably be a trash receptacle somewhere on land.
Griffin, come here.
And he walks up.
Come
and
here.
He goes. Team huddle.
No, just you, Griffin, just you.
Oh yeah, sorry, Captain. What is it?
Throwing him straight off board.
Okay.
All right, so times Griffin's been thrown off board at least twice.
Can we also do Derek almost spit takes? I
Got
got 2 so far.
two? Okay,
I
yeah.
got 2.
This is why I don't normally drink and play with you fuckers at the same time.
We love
So-
you.
So yeah, Griffin goes overboard again, and sure enough, you guys make port in this new city. So, Layla,
Hi.
how is Layla feeling about returning to Eisen after this time being away?
She's kind of dreading it. I'm assuming the people that live in Eisen know what she did.
Yeah,
Or have
some
at
people
least
might,
an
yeah.
idea, But yeah, so she's kind of dreading being here. She's a bit worried people are going to recognize her, or worse, that she might recognize people that she used to know and that they don't recognize her.
Okay. Did Layla have like a title or something, that she was known by, almost like a code name or some sort of nickname that kind of got cropped up?
Just Layla.
Okay. All right. So, do you have? Is this noticeable? Is this dread noticeable on you as you guys begin making port?
Yeah, I think so. She does try and hide it. She's quite good at hiding things, but not not enough for it to be fully avoidable.
Okay. So yeah, you guys notice that Layla would be seeming a little bit more tense, I'd imagine.
Yeah, not quite so jolly and carefree as she was being with Rhiannon before they pulled up into port.
Okay.
Layla, what's going on?
It's kind of weird to be back in my hometown. I haven't been here for a while.
Is there a reason?
Well, you know, we had a war for a really long time, so that wasn't very good. Be good to see if it's rebuilding itself.
Any other reason?
I may have had a slight partaking in the war while I was here.
Slight?
Yeah, as much as anyone else does.
Enough to make you leave town?
Yeah.
Is there anything we should know about as we go in here?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, all the people that could talk are dead, so it's fine.
Okay, that's reassuring. Wait, like, did you kill them, or they just ended up dead?
They end up dead either way. Like,
I suppose. That's a bit of a roundabout way of going there, though.
you steal people's money.
Yeah, so what are they gonna do so here? Actually, great question. How gullible are people here?
Quite. They're
Perfect.
they're quite desperate. You know, there's been a war for a really long time. They want
Yeah,
this
got
like
you.
happiness. It's quite easy to trick
Perfect.
people with.
So we get Uno, we hit up some taverns, and then we head out.
Yes.
Perfect. Love
So-
this. Love this.
Daniel sits next to you, another bottle in hand, and he says, "You know, I've got a bit of advice for you, love. To be frank with you, do you know what I was doing before Captain Smart found me? I was
Drinking.
that, and I was selling dog piss in bottles, telling people to make the hair grow back.
Oh, wonderful. One of those.
Did it work?
You know, weird thing
Try it.
was, I never stayed around in town long enough.
Yeah, as you
But
should.
but you know, then I got chased out of town, and they're like, "Oh, hey, aren't you dog piss boy?" And it's like, "Yes, I am." So I
Daniel
got,
Dog Piss Boy. Got it. That's your middle name now. Perfect.
No,
Hey, Kels, where do you find these people?
Piss. Daniel Piss.
Well, you know, the usual places you'll find dock workers, you know, at the seamstresses.
well,
That's fair.
so but yeah, so
No.
he found.
He sees it. No, wait a minute. Una's not on board the ship, so I can't address that face you just pulled. But there is an explanation for it. Maybe we'll find out in the future.
But but Daniel says, "So you know, Kel's found me. There I was, nothing but 4 bottles of piss and a bottle of gin to my name. And would you know, once you're halfway through a bottle of gin, you forget which one's the gin. Unfortunately, Kel saved me. I owe him my life.
That's a Tinder bio there.
And you know, well, he picked me up, and we just sort of went sailing together. But you know, whenever I go back to the place that I came from, and they're like, "Hey, aren't you first name Daniel, last name Dogpiss?" I tell them, you know what? I was, and now I'm just Daniel.
What did you do with the dog piss? Where did you get dog piss? I have so many questions about this. Yeah, but what dog? Where's he getting these dogs from? How's he harvesting this? Do you know what? Don't answer, don't worry.
You don't actually want to know these.
No.
He goes. He picks up another bottle you guys have lying there. He goes, well, you know what? Some things just, some things, they just happen. Can't always exactly explain. And he chucks the bottle, and he chucks it towards Sven's head. And as it does, it hits Sven square in the face, knocks his ass right out. The guitar falls to the side, and Sven's just unconscious. And Daniel goes, "Oh shit! How many points off is that?"
Did it break?
You don't know because the bottle bounces off Sven's face and falls into the water.
Ooh. No, you still get your points on that one. I don't think you're gonna get the bounce points because you lost the bottle. But from this distance, it's another 10 points.
All right, well, I'll take it. And he nudges Layla, goes, "Don't be ashamed of who you been, because if you hadn't been that person, you wouldn't be here." Picks himself up, dusts his knees off, goes, "I'll probably go make sure that Sven's not concussed." And
Good plan, man.
he goes and attends to that. Marina says, "So we are here. Is there any place that you want me to go or stay? Should I stay with you, Kels? How do you want to do this?"
We will be here for probably several days. In fact, actually, you could take the boat and sail it round to the northern shore. I have a feeling that we will be several weeks, and we may be closer to the northern shore by the time we get through. Does anyone actually know where this stone thing, gay castle is?
You guys, if I recall correctly, did take the northern shore.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
I thought we went south because we decided that even if we went south, it'd be you're muted, Alex.
There we go. I clicked the button now. No, south would only take like a day and a half, something like that.
We went the long way around for the
we
fall.
went the long way around, which took 5 days.
Because
And-
Greystone is actually in the northern
north.
part.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Yes. So, belay that order. I was drunk for a second.
Just a second.
Yeah. I tell you what. Get the boat out of the water when we get there. Get all the barnacles off and give it a fresh coat of lacquer. Get the boys working real hard.
And you're saying this to Marina?
Oh, shit. I thought you said that. I thought that was Daniel.
No. Marina just asked what you guys wanted her to do.
Donkeys are aliens.
Unless
Donkeys
you
are
want to
aliens.
just spill all that on her.
Sorry, Marina. I thought you were Daniel for a second. No. Let us. Don't ask. It's an answer you do not want to hear. Or maybe you do. Who knows? Now, I fear we may be in grave danger. Perhaps, I wonder if, I think looking at everyone, I think that perhaps Layla is from Eisen. Maybe she has some family or something we could haul you up with to keep you safe.
If that's what you want, I mean, I'm not really gonna argue. I could come with you, make sure you get patched up.
I'll lean in a little close and just be like, sometimes necessity beats wants.
Oh.
And she kind of she leans in a little bit closer and she says, "Well, the plus side of taking me along is I can do more than just patch up wounds. There is the possibility that, sometimes in medicine, wounds need to be kissed rather than sewn."
I'm throwing a bottle at him.
What has happened? What has happened?
Healing.
5 days.
You get very lonely out on the ship.
Yeah, but Marina is
Start
just.
going a
this-
bit crazy.
just-
Too many bottles to the head.
It doesn't matter. We've ruined her.
Hey, hold on. I have to say, let's just be honest. She's been in the ship for 5 days. Now you're gonna tell her to stay on the ship alone with these weird men
That is a valid point.
for more days.
No. We're gonna see if we can hold her up somewhere. We'll see if we can find a village or somewhere to keep her safe. I would not like to put her in danger.
If history is anything to go by, she is safest with me and Rhiannon.
It's true, actually.
That is very true. I fear that your size, Gregory, makes you a target.
Hello and welcome to Too Soon, a 7th Sea story.
Never too soon.
Fine. Yeah, don't
At
stick
least
with
I'm the one that's the target.
Yes, that is the overriding thought. Yes.
Good.
Don't give her to Team Brute Squad. They get in trouble. Just give her to Team Sneak. We'll take care of her.
So I was called to Layla. Layla, do you have a safe house or somewhere that would be preferably accessible from the Greystone Castle, so that we could perhaps use it as a base or headquarters? Maybe some family, something like that.
I haven't spoken to my family in a long time, but I mean, obviously I know where they live, so I can see if they're still around.
If you want, I can speak to your family for you.
No. Just no. Or maybe. No.
As this conversation's ongoing, Grigory kind of disappears off, and then within minutes, literally barges out of the captain's quarters with satchels and backpacks and bed rolls and literally everything, including the kitchen sink. He's got everything on his back. Okay, are we going?
I'm gonna go up to Kells really close and just be like, I don't think we should leave her alone. I don't trust her.
I will theatrically pull Layla aside out of earshot. Possibly pulling you into a small huddle, as if I was going to throw you overboard, but you're safe away. You do not trust her? Why is this?
Well, she suddenly decided she wanted to come with us. She's never wanted to come with us before. Talk to us, particularly about anything to do with us. Actually was openly disgusted about the idea of having to talk to us, and now she's voluntarily stayed with us for 5 days on a ship while we go on a dangerous mission to find a murdering madman.
It's okay, Layla. I've seen this before. It's what we call the Kells effect. Over time, these women, they just soften. I cannot help it.
I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna go talk to the other guys. I'll leave Kells still talking, has he even noticed I've got...
I'm looking out to see. It's called the Kells effect.
The sun just is in the perfect light as it gleams against your radiant, skin-kissed complexion.
Yeah, it's just... It's like the raw animal magnetism.
As he says that, his chest hair just wavers in a gentle mess.
And
There's a bottle at his feet.
I turn around expecting to see Layla and notice she's gone, and I'm like, oh.
Instead,
As
there's now a
the
broken
glass
bottle.
breaks, it shatters into tiny little pieces that just catch the light. So it looks like he's just, the backdrop of glitter.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I'm gonna come and talk to you guys away from Marina. What do you think we should do?
We need to keep her with us. I don't trust her. I don't want to leave her alone.
I've got a poison dagger.
I mean,
And
that's
Grigory
fair.
could probably carry her over his shoulder.
I think I'm carrying enough right now.
I mean, that's fair. We should probably not add to that.
I am still full of holes.
You kind of are a little bit. I don't want to keep her that close to Kells, though, is the other thing. I
Kells
think her
has
will...
walked straight back to her.
Surely, if we stay close to Kells, then we can at least intervene if needed.
Yeah, I've not been good at that so far, though. I normally need to leave that to Una, so we need Una back.
Well, exactly. That's why we need to go. I've got literally everything you need.
You really do. Is that an extra bottle of rum in there? Where'd you find that one?
You don't want to know.
Okay, cool. Not asking.
He doesn't have a dog piss stash though.
It was in Kells'
labeled
report.
dog piss.
Do not want to know.
Okay, good. Good to
mean-
know.
If we take her with us, at least we can see her reaction when we find out whoever has taken Una. See if she's actually surprised or not.
Yeah, I think if there's always at least one of us watching her back, I think we might be okay.
Agreed.
So, in this time, I'd like to have a conversation with Marina as well.
Okay.
I'll just walk back up and go, Marina, tell me. At the party, you did not seem overly overly beguiled with me until after the fighting, when I helped you do the bandages and such.
Yes.
What
What
changed?
about it?
What changed your mind?
You see her face flush a little again. She says, "Were you not listening when I visit you at Le Renardelli?"
But then you did not speak again after the dinner, and it was I who contacted you about coming aboard this ship with me.
Because you clearly, you seemed weirded out. I tried to tell you that I thought you were heroic and, maybe you are, a slight little bit irresistible to some degree, but then you acted all weird, and then, it was just sort of okay, bye.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, that was, how do I explain? I got a new gun for my pants that day.
Great.
It was slightly uncomfortable.
Okay. What does that have to do with you being weird about me saying that, you're...
No, I'm just saying it may have messed with my disposition.
We hear them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a bottle at her and go, "He's excited!" And that's it.
She just... Would you stop doing that? Oh.
I
She
apologize if I seemed awkward. That is not my intention at all.
She says, "I can understand if your anatomical position puts you in a bad mood that day, but I..."
Oh, no, I mean this, and I'm going to pull the pistol out of my trousers.
You see her flinch as you pull a pistol out. She goes, "There's, It's like there's still more in there. Do you have 2 guns in there?"
Maybe you can find out later.
She gives you a small smirk. She says, "What I was trying to tell you, you ridiculous man, is that maybe there is some truth to the irresistible thing."
Well, yes, of course.
The ship rocks as it with Grigory and Boris now controlling the ship, weighing anchor. The ship is docked.
It was strange, though, Marina. You went from almost, the kind of disgust to... Don't get me wrong, I am used to bringing women around, but you went from cold to hot so very fast. That's probably why I seemed so off-put. I was not expecting the quick turnaround.
'Cause you probably didn't know this, but when you were with my sister Irina, I was actually really jealous, and I thought you were nice and cute, and then you did that stuff, so I was mad, but I also really liked you. I'm not allowed to be weird.
Marina, you sweet summer child. You should have spoken to us. You could have joined in.
She pushes you off the boat. Into the water. She says, "I might like you, but not so gross." And she spits into the water after you.
What the hell did I do?
Ugh.
Aren't we decked? I suppose the... Yeah. I fall
There was,
between the
a
pier.
dock,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And she goes, "You're lucky you did not hit your head, because I would not have tried to resuscitate you.
I do not understand what I said.
You're gross. Go read, a holy text or something."
What? Why?
I'm gonna throw another bottle at her.
She
Angrily.
jumps. She goes, "What?"
That's not very nice.
Yeah. Why'd you do that?
That's not how you make friends.
It's true.
Griffin just stands there, holding his mop. He goes, "Well, where the fuck were you the last 5 days?"
Not being thrown overboard.
Being dry and drunk.
And playing Break the Bottle. I see you've learned our game.
I can't win around here. This is awful.
That's what you get on the salty spray.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's why it's called.
You guys are questioning
That-
Marina's character development. You guys are like, yeah, woo! So you
he
went to
should've-
the gift shop. You guys have gone native.
It's been 5 days, okay? We've been drinking a lot.
Remember,
He
we're
should have come on this
heroes.
shit with honest intentions, and he didn't. He came on here for booty, and that's what you get. You get thrown overboard.
To be fair, that is mainly what I used to advertise with.
Well, that was a terrible life choice on your part, and I'm glad you haven't learned, but hopefully will one day.
But
I'm climbing the ladder back onto the harbour.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you climb back up there.
And I'll
the
look...
ship-
Oh,
yeah.
go on. I was going to say, I'll look towards, like, there's got to be a dockmaster approaching. There's always a
Yep,
dockmaster
yep,
approaching.
that's-
So,
Just what I was going to.
yeah.
He is dressed in a ruffled white shirt, open black vest, breeches, buckled shoes. It says, guten Tag, but how long will you be staying for?
Guten Abend, mein Freund. Vielleicht 2 Wochen?
I hate you so much. My German is not that good. I hate you so much.
I
Maybe
guess
maybe
I
2
bought him,
weeks.
but then I
Maybe
decided-
2 weeks.
At this point, Grigory is going to.
You muted. There you
I
go.
muted myself again. I'm right. Goddamn touchpad is over there now. I'm not touching it. Grigory is basically just going to do a superhero landing and jump off, the,
Will the
Landing-
harbour take that?
landing on the pier.
It wobbles. So
Bring out
as
golf
Fine,
claps.
I'm not that big.
the
Stuff, come on.
dock wobbles a little bit, and as Kels is speaking in the Eisen tongue to this dockmaster, who surely would understand it, he just kind of staggers. He's just, Scheiße. But okay. One, I want to point out to chat and everyone, Scrat has made me thoroughly blush at my inefficiency in German. So
I'm
thank you.
sorry!
I was just about to say you're about to get yourself in so much trouble here.
So yes. No, this is fair. This is the revenge for you guys being Montaigne and me using French. So he says, could you not please not mishandle the dock so much, sir?
Oh, he cannot
My
help.
apologies.
He cannot help it. Look at him. Look at the size of him. He is more sentinel than man. He is a warrior born and a warrior trained, and you know, a shipman second.
Does Layla know the guy that we're talking to?
You might have seen him around, but nobody that you're on a first name basis with. He says just kind of, well, that is all well and good, but if you could do me the small favor of just telling me how long you'll be here and just signing the records and papers.
Oh, come, my friend. No. We are friends, Freunden. We do not sign papers and stuff together. No. We drink and share fine stories. Yes.
Yes, but there is still a matter of coin.
Yes. Well, let's just put it this way. If we can avoid all of the paperwork, perhaps I could buy you many drinks. And I'm going to take all of my resources, whatever the hell my resources are, and just put them in take a bag of my resources and just place them in his pocket.
Okay. If you want to spend the entirety of what one coin would be, what one wealth would be on this guy. Oh, okay.
Before he
Oh
does
God, no!
that,
Don't
I don't know.
do that.
I mean, I have no idea of wealth. I have no
Okay.
idea how wealth works in this game.
Okay, so basically, go ahead, Alex. Do me a
I was
favor.
going to say, wealth in 7th Sea is basically this generic, perfect amount that doesn't really get discussed. One wealth is essentially enough for everything you possibly need as a base level. If you've got 2 or any number above 1, you're not just able to afford things. You can go like really extravagant with it. Like royalty and things like that have between 3 and 4 wealth, and at the moment some of us have got 2. So not only is the boat filled with alcohol, or was filled with alcohol and empty bottles, but it's probably filled with a shit ton of gold.
Awesome. Okay, then I will. What? So I can just give him a pouch of gold without spending my wealth?
Yeah, pretty much.
I was gonna kind of interject with yeah. Grigory just puts a hand on your shoulder, Captain. As quartermaster, I'll deal with this.
Yes, please. You know so much better than I.
You hear in the background Daniel go, What the fuck? I was quartermaster. You
Daniel,
know what?
shush.
I just. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Ria's probably next to Daniel. It's okay. We'll throw bottles later. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Just let him talk.
We'll
If it all
bring you
goes-
back some bottles.
Like, I haven't actually picked up any of my stuff yet because I got thrown off the boat. So
I'm
clearly,
sorry.
Grigory's going to sort all this. So I'm going to walk back and find my secret stash.
No, I
And
haven't found that.
as I walk past, I'm going to walk past Daniel and say, maybe if you weren't chucking bottles all the time and you were doing work like Grigory, you would still be quartermaster.
Burn,
Sorry, Daniel.
burn.
Ooh.
That's how Grigory works. He just comes aboard and steals everyone's job.
Daniel
I'm
just
in
reaches
charge
over.
now.
Daniel just reaches over, grabs the guitar. All around me are familiar faces.
I'm gonna
You
go
were
stand
supposed to
with
sing
Gregory.
him on a boat, okay?
So as the quartermaster, what is it you're suggesting to Kel? Sorry.
So I basically sort of take over and speak to the harbour master. Grigory says that we are hoping to be, out of the way within a week, but we'll hand over enough coin to cover us for 2 weeks, as long as no one goes aboard the ship.
Yeah, well, that'll be a little bit of extra coin for the as a discretionary docking. But
Very well.
So yeah, handing over to him, he just says, welcome to Versha, Mr. Schmidt.
Thank you very much.
And he writes something down in his book, closes it, nods, and he turns and then walks back towards the rest of the harbor. And he begins just, talking to other people, checking in on them.
Scrap, what does our flag look like? I'm pretty sure we've got a flag. I
Um,
feel that it is something we
Oh,
need to
God.
identify.
Yeah, it's just a moustache and chest hair
oh, that's so much better.
on
than
a
I thought.
field of brown, which
Obviously.
isn't actually painted brown. It's just sackcloth.
A burlap sack.
Yeah.
It's just being resourceful.
Recycling.
Oh god.
Okay.
We're economical. No, not economical. What's the other one?
Thrifty?
Ecosystem? No, the other one. Ecological.
Lazy.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is like a green ship. Everything's recycled.
Even, the crew.
bottles.
Even the jokes.
Even the crew.
The jokes.
So seeing as we're reaching about the bottom of the hour, top of the hour, bottom of the hour, something's got a top and bottom. Probably aboard the Salty Spray. We're gonna take a quick break. Seeing as it was, it's always so weird because it's Zoom. Scrap, Natalie, and Jay. We'll see you guys in 5 minutes. And meanwhile, we'll be talking about I don't know. Chat, do you have any random questions for us?
The
Or
salty
Oh
spray.
boy, do I have to pee?
or we could also talk about languages and how I've only just started German a month ago. Uh-huh.
Hey, I started speaking. Well, I started studying Spanish in high school. I did 3 years of it, and
right.
I used to practice with my aunt who's Cuban. And I'm the only native English speaker at my day job.
Oh, wow.
Spanish. I refuse to speak it because my accent is so horrible and my grammar is just completely fucked.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's really cool, though.
But I understand a lot more. So people will be talking in the office and I'll be like, oh yeah, and I answer in English and they're like, you understood that? Yeah. I don't speak your language doesn't mean I don't understand your language.
Yeah. So my day job, I work for a translation company.
Oh.
I studied. I actually got my bachelor's degree in natural and artificial languages. I studied both natural languages and a plethora of them. I'll get into those in a second. But I also studied like programming languages. So like language is my thing. But for some reason, I hit my head and said, let's go to the one that's the analog for Germany of all places. The one of all European languages I didn't actually learn yet. So, yay.
I mean, it's
Do
good
you find it
practice,
really,
though.
really easy to pick up new languages, or at least the concept of them?
For the most part, yeah. So I've studied up till now 6 non-English languages.
Wow.
Yeah. My mom started me on Latin when I was younger. And then I moved on to Spanish. I did that for like 4 years. I did a little bit of ancient Greek, which fun fact, that's ancient Greek was Greek up till the 1970s. It just progressed before it was like reformed or something. Then I did about a semester or 2 of French, and then a whole year of Italian, and then what my big bedrock language is I've done for the last 4 years. I've been using Japanese daily.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Japanese is a really fun language. The only caveat is that learning all the kanji, which I'm still not there yet. But languages, expand your brain and they keep your mind young. And then on top of D&D, that just means I've got too much shit in my head.
Hey, Derek, I think you might be addicted to language.
I love it. I really do. And then, in recent months, I just started learning German. Because a very dear friend of mine who works with us on the Mage College is from Germany. So, perfect. But yeah, so I've always been interested in learning German. I just decided to take us to Eisen far too soon in my life. Yeah, no, I just saw.
Go to Eisen guards.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah, just like Sheena said, yes, kanjis. I just saw Sheena in chat say the kanji. Yes, absolutely the kanji. One of
Did
the.
you find Latin helpful when learning Spanish and Italian?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was awesome.
With French too. And for a while before I actually settled on linguistics, I was actually a nursing student. Which here's the life tip of the week. We're not doing DM tip yet, but the life tip is do what your heart tells you, guys. If your parents say go into medicine, don't do it unless you. But Latin and Greek were great for that aspect, and it also helps you. It helps in so many other like just varieties of communication, even in our own language, because it helps with etymology and stuff. It really will very radically change the way that you see language.
I've tried. I say that sounds like such a cop out, but I learnt or was taught French and German at school forever ago, but I was never any good. It just didn't click with me. So particularly spoken, I can just about read bits and pieces of German. I don't really remember much French at all, but German is kind of okay-ish. Like I can muddle through. But as for speaking it, I just haven't got the retention of it. It just doesn't work with me.
The funny thing is,
I really want to learn.
Yeah,
I love French because I was born in Montreal, which is a fairly French-speaking part of Canada, and so I love it. I can understand it. My speaking is very, very butchered at this point, though. So I feel you. But I love it. I kind of wish I would pick it up again, and every time I try, I just lose it again. So I feel you.
So the funny thing is actually, and this is like a brief linguistics lesson. Yay, because you guys are tuning into the historically based and real world based show.
Hey, hold on. They got the part of the stream that is really into language, because you and I need to have language conversations, because I love
Anytime.
technology and stuff like that.
Anytime.
Just record it because I could listen to the two of you just talk for hours.
But I'm a hobbyist language studier.
Oh, awesome.
I'm not like super serious about it. I haven't gone into super detail. But anyways, go on. Sorry.
But no, so the interesting thing is that with English as a native language, it's actually a little bit harder. It's like being what's the universal receiver. It's like being O positive. It's really hard to like donate to other languages with being able to learn them because English is so rigid. There's so many wacky things in English that is actually hurdles for us to learn other
Which
languages.
is awful.
I mean, yeah. Like, so say for instance, like the whole concept of the future tense, like the way that we do that, will or shall, it's so confusing because like in Japanese, we don't say will. We'll just be like, oh, I'm going to the movies tomorrow. It's like tomorrow. I'm going to the movies. Great. It's like, I'm going at 6. It's like, that's all you do. You just say, this time is when I'm going. Because will, the idea of will, they're like, well, are you? Will you? Really? Is it gonna happen?
It's like an ambiguous
Sure about
statement,
that?
isn't it?
Yeah, it really is ambiguous. And that's the way a lot of other language speakers see stuff like that in our language.
Glad I speak English. I'm very ambiguous.
Yeah, there's a lot of neat little tricks in there. But one of the best parts is about like playing a game with 7th is that if you do your homework, unlike me, who knew we were headed to Eisen this week and didn't prep at all, if you know language, it can help really enrich your game, and that's why Montaigne was really great. And now Eisen's going to be barren and desolate, not because of the war, but because I suck as a person.
You're not. Shut up.
Thanks, guys. But no, so and then that even extends to other games like Dungeons and Dragons, Cypher System. If you are really into languages, then it is so, or even if you like want to get into them, it's so easy to just take something like Tolkien's work and run with it. So I highly recommend anybody who likes creating worlds or being creative in things in spaces like role-playing games. Check out languages. They're an awesome facet of every single setting.
Most
So seeing as we're about 5 minutes after the break, we'll have, when Scrag gets back, we'll jump over to you guys, but we actually have to address what's going on with Una. So,
Yes. Why don't you watch?
So, as you step through this portal, with Phoenix, there is this moment, and it's almost like fresh air hits you. You are now, for the first time in a while, outside Greystone Tower. A bustling city square is around you. The architecture looks very distinguished as Eisen architecture. The way that the shinglings, the structure that just has that Eisen feel to it. Sort of a rustic kind of look to the buildings around you. Things are being rebuilt, restructured. You see scaffolding pretty intermittently throughout most of the through the town square and the infrastructure. And Phoenix says, so I imagine by now that your friends are, if not by the docks, probably going to be looking for somewhere to stay.
And where are you going?
I have things to tend to. But, my dear, he says as he says, I don't want you to worry about it, though, because you have other things to consider. Everything we talked about. Go back to your friends, tell them what you've learned, and I will be waiting.
I'm sure you will.
You can go back to Greystone Castle Tower. I always think it's funny to call something a tower when it's more of a complex, really. That's neither here nor there. But the point of the matter is, my dear, it is not hard to find. And in fact, Layla is from Eisen. I'm sure she'll be able to locate it for you. Come back, visit me, and I'll be happy to hear whatever your group thinks is best done. This is for the people, after all. And he politely extends his hand to you.
Una nods her head and turns and walks straight towards the harbor.
Farewell, Unanik Mob. And
As she walks, she just kind of keeps walking.
you hear a very pronounced ha! As you hear the faint tearing of the shriek, the people around him again reacting to the mist of blood portal opening and slamming shut.
Oh, Una's probably covered in blood too, isn't she?
Not really. You find that going through the portal directly isn't as messy as you think it would be. It's almost like the mist is more of a projection of this sort of strange portal more than anything.
All right. So, a bunch of townspeople just saw her come out of a mist,
Yep.
talk to a guy, flick him off, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
disappeared in another red. She's going to walk with confidence towards that harbor.
Yep. You hear them muttering as
Back
you're
straight,
walking.
head up. She is.
Okay. So you guys are bringing stuff off the ship. About by the time that Boris is helping Rhiannon and Layla with their things, Marina sticking closer by Kells. Gregory in the distance, you're pretty sure you see Una walking towards you.
And she looks pissed.
Okay. Gregory will spend a small amount of time just sort of staring, very, very puzzled. Does anyone else? Is that Una?
Rhea immediately reacts at hearing it might be Una, and she runs towards wherever Gregory is pointing.
Yeah, as you're running, you're passing. You kind of like have to quickly dodge around people as they're like sort of scattering. It's sort of like every time you watch a movie where the camera's just going through the crowd and you're watching the reactions. That is entirely what it looks like as you go barreling through the crowd.
Stealing
enough.
coin purses as she passes.
Just holding your hands out like you're running through a field of sunflowers.
I mean, if I manage to grab a coin purse or two while I'm at it.
I'll say for a hero point you do.
Sure, done, sold.
Yeah, heroic. There goes somebody's livelihood, you monster.
We've all played Oblivion and Skyrim. We know how this works.
Assassin's Creed 2, just holding X as you're walking near people. And sure enough, yes, it is Una.
I jump hug her.
Okay.
Una is strong enough that she grabs you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like hitting a brick wall. She's a little bit more sturdy than you thought she would be.
Bria has no
Whoa,
qualms. She
yeah.
figures you can take it. she didn't stop her. She
Brute
still went
squad.
for it. You are Team Brute Squad. I understand that.
In this section of Rhiannon has a concussion.
And she jump hugs her. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I hope you are you okay?
I'm okay. I've got information.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. All right. Oh, thank God we found you so quick. Or rather, you found us. I don't know how it's working.
Rhea,
I
found your brother.
Huh? What?
He's changed in
Awkward.
a way.
Right. Okay. Let's find some place else to talk about this.
Well, she leaned in a little bit closer to say it. I wanted you to know that now. He misses you. And he loves you.
Mother. Okay. I'll fix it. It's gonna be fine.
Sure.
It's gonna be fine. I will find him. I will fix this, but he's
I
alive.
know where to find him.
You do. Okay.
We'll get through this, though.
Yeah, of course we will.
I don't. He's changed in a lot of ways, but I think he might still be the same person. I didn't really know him before, but he doesn't seem like a bad person.
He's not. He's just.
But I guess he didn't look like that before.
What does he look like now?
He kind of looked like Gregory, but like weird.
Okay, weird Gregory? That's
And
okay.
bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, that's new.
Oh,
I passed that. Okay. But he's alive.
he's alive, I think. He's very
I think.
well. Let's talk about this specifically somewhere definitely more private.
Cool. Yeah, of course. Come on, let's get
he's
you back to
alive. Let's go.
you missed an entire adventure on the salty spray. I don't think you would have enjoyed it. Or maybe you would have. We drank a lot and threw a lot of bottles. We have a new game.
Oh, what game?
It's called Break the Bottle. It's really great. Layla and I will show you. It's wonderful. And I just start like pulling her back towards everybody else.
Okay. Making their way back through the crowd is Rhiannon and Una. Kels, Layla, Gregory, and Marina and the rest of the crew. You guys, you have clear in view. It is entirely seems to be normal Una.
Okay. Grigory's first reaction is slightly out of character. No, I've not been possessed. I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm a little bit crazy, but I got shot. It's allowable. So he's going to not run up to Una because that would physics.
Bam!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He-
you can't
he
take
will-
that one.
No, he will approach Una and wrap his arms around her. I'm so glad you're safe.
Oh, Gregor, it's okay. I'm so glad you're alive. Oh goodness.
Just
Are they close to us now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a bottle at her.
Right, so
Uh,
that's the
Ask
game.
her if she wants to play a game.
all right,
Yes.
Jigsaw.
So suddenly a bottle goes whizzing past you, breaks near your feet, Una, as Gregory is holding you in this giant bear hug.
Oh, break the bottle.
You should try it sometime. It's a really good stress relief, actually. It might make you feel better.
You know
You hear
what?
Griffin yell, "No, it fucking isn't!"
Not for Griffin, but for everybody else, it's great.
Definitely teach me, and I will. I'll. You know what? Maybe I'll bring that home too. Teach everybody at court that game.
You hear the harbor master, like you hear him go, excuse, what the hell?
What do you mean? Hi.
I would appreciate it if you did not throw any bottles, please.
But it's a custom. It's good luck.
I was about to say that. It's Eisen custom. Have you forgotten the ways of our people?
And he just like glares at you, and he just swears under his breath as he takes his giant
Oh, I've been
tone.
telling my father about you.
As I walk down the gangplank from the ship, I will call out, "Do not break bottles against ships to christen them. That's what we do to piers when we first dock them."
He goes, "That is my dock. Somebody has to sweep it."
We got someone that can do that.
Griffin!
Griffin, as you look back over the crowd that you guys have now partially waded into, you see Griffin outside the ship just staring at you like,
Just click at him.
There's a little spot here, Griffin.
fucking, and he just, you see him come off the ship, make his way down. He just begins very impotently trying to sweep up the glass, which now is kind of sunk in between the cracks in the boards of the dock. And he's just, "No, you fucking, and you know,
Doing this, Una turns to Callus and says, "Boy, you should get some better help on this ship. That
You
guy's
hear-
terrible."
you hear a,
And I will take the dockmaster close and just be like, never ever pay him.
I'm gonna go up to Griffin and just be like, it was like a war for a really long time. There's a lot of lonely women in this town once you finish sweeping up.
That is really sad and very helpful.
You've just made the last week so much more worth it for him.
We're in for 2 weeks. Just go mad.
And then I guess I'll see Una, and I'll be like, Una, my partner in crime, you're escaped.
Oh, he brought me here.
Yeah, we're feeling kind of useless now. We know we came to save you.
Yeah, we sailed all
Really
this way
did.
to do a daring rescue.
Marina chimes in and goes, does this mean we get to go back to shelters now?
Shut up,
Or-
Marina.
I don't think that's a good idea. We should probably be here for a while. Would you like to talk somewhere private?
Yes. I think
You mean like on the ship?
Not the captain's quarters.
What's wrong with the captain's quarters?
Why not?
I know of like a tavern we can go to.
Let's go there.
Oh, done.
How private
Perfect.
is that?
Yeah, it's relatively private. Most people here tend to keep themselves to themselves anyway. War.
Kels is gonna take a little black book from his pocket in his waistcoat. Versha. Tell me, Dockmaster, are the Oppenhauers still a big family here?
Yeah. By the
Please.
No.
Don't.
Oh no.
Excellent.
Oh, yes.
Good to know.
I'm gonna-
Sorry, that was actually Gregory doing that. It wasn't me.
Oh, also Rhea, because Rhea's finally put 2 and 2 together that she should really
Oh.
be using Kels as a distraction to steal from people.
Do I know these people?
You would know that they are of the higher class in Eisen, the ones known as the Adel, that pretty much, despite the war, their social status survived, putting them kind of at the top of the food chain.
Lucky for some. Get in there, Kels.
Yes, well, during the wars, I believe whilst most of the factories were closed down, they actually became manufacturers of weapons and continued to this day, and their wartime reputation has sustained them until now.
Yes, what he said.
You know a lot about Eisen. Have you been here before?
Several times. How do we say, the beers are especially heady.
The
You only
beers?
sleep with like noble
Uh-huh.
people, right?
No, I'm just saying statistically that you get more head in Eisen.
It didn't need.
I'm not even gonna answer.
No.
I'm just
Kels.
totally gonna ignore that. You'd be like, but it is only nobles you sleep with, right? Because I have like friends and family and
It's mostly
Yes.
nobles, right? I just really want you to be going for the wealthy ones.
What's the age difference?
No purpose. for
Kels
myself.
and Leela.
How old is Kels?
I'm just putting it out there. Kels, let's face it, has visited a number
Plenty
of
of
times.
Do you know what? Kels does not have an age on his character sheet, so I'm going to place him now. You've never asked him his age, and he probably wouldn't tell you, but there is the occasional grey hair in his chest, and maybe a small patch of grey at the back of his neck, where he can't see it and dye it.
Of course you wouldn't look with like a series of mirrors. No.
No.
how long ago did the war end?
The war ended about 30 years ago, if I recall correctly.
Papa?
About what?
No, sorry, no, wrong war. Thinking wrong war. Da. All right, so DM tip of the night: when you introduce a setting, know what the fuck is going on.
You're fucking
There
No,
was a
just wing it.
30-year war that ended.
Wasn't it a 30
Yeah.
year?
If I mean, like, I hate to intrude on the DM tips, but like my Scraticus DM tip is if you've got no idea of the setting, take whatever the fuck the players say and make it canon.
Yes, that's what he just said. No, so if I recall correctly, looking here in my notes that are totally real and not being made up right now on the fly, go read that article I wrote. Damn it.
I did.
So yeah, it would have
I
been
didn't
within
think
the
so.
last few years.
Cool.
There
So
we go.
3. So I'm 28.
Yep, something like that.
Joined at like 16, left at 25. Couple of years. Now I'm 26, 28.
So Potato Hollow in chat is saying Kells could be around 48, which, or was it a 48-year war? Anyway,
I'm going with yeah.
Kells could be related.
I'm just hoping he didn't like sleep with my sisters or something, like,
Here's hoping no.
No, I was implying that he's your father.
or my parents.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was definitely implying that he slept with your mom.
We do not need some dangerous
Wife.
liaison
He
shit.
probably did.
Oh my god.
May not be my father. Probably did sleep with my mother.
Slept with your father.
Please, I was very tame as a boy.
Hmm. Really?
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, no one does.
Neither do I. You're not a very good liar, Kels.
So,
Anyway,
Um,
let's just shelve that for
So-
bedtime reading.
Layla would know that there is a nearby tavern. It's of good repute. Maybe about the same quality of Le Renard Early, called De Baron Bar, which is translates to the Bear's Bar.
Let's go there. There is a tavern. It is just down there.
It's been a while since I visited this bar. You do not get very many female clientele in here.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Okay, as long as we are all comfortable with that. Grigory, you may get some attention.
What? Why?
Die Bären Bar. Die Bären Bar. It's a gay bar.
Oh,
Bears. You know Bears, the bear gay movie? No?
I mean, not personally, but been
I've
at-
dabbled. It's a lot of
Fine.
fun, but not every week.
Anyway,
I will leave you two
Wait,
here.
would Una know this bar?
I don't know. You tell me.
You probably heard of it.
how to ruin a setting in 3.
No, hold on.
I shouldn't imagine there's that many gay
He
bars
said
around.
that
so
he's
you
obviously
probably
gone
heard
to Eisen. So,
Group
yeah, you know
DM's
what?
tips, players tips. Here's how to fuck with your DM.
You know what?
it. It's literally what we live for.
It's true, actually.
I don't know why Derek bothers writing the ideas
We
down.
spend all
We're gonna
week
do what we
trying to
want
figure
anyway.
out how to fuck
What?
with you.
Let me
You
paint
love
you a
my-
picture. There is a van. I am strapped in the back, and the players are all holding the wheel, shaking it back and forth, and I'm just holding on.
I don't hold the wheel. I prefer to work the stick.
And that's why you go to De Baron Bar.
Duh.
Yeah. Jawohl.
Wonderful.
There might be some women there for you, Kels.
Not
I
usually.
assure you, if there are women there, they're not there for Kels.
Nope.
No, not indeed.
In which case, you can rack up some hero points.
We'll throw some quid at him.
I wonder if that bar will like break the bottle.
This is a desperate town we live in, people.
How
I
desperate are
would
the-
bring some of that gold from the ship. Like, if you wanna try
Oh.
and find out some stuff from people about
We
what's,
have gone on a mad tangent here.
I'll bring the
You
gold.
really have.
Una, I have missed you. Will you be my wingman when we go to the bar?
Well, you don't have a wing, and I am not a man. But sure,
All right.
I'll walk with you at the bar.
No, saying my side person doesn't sound. That sounds awfully intimate. No. Intimate, but in a very neglectful sort of way. Would you? Is there another time you would prefer the wingman?
How about just asking if I'll help you pick up chicks?
Oh, yeah, sure. Tricks. Let's do it.
Okay.
So, with that, you guys make your way to De Baron Bar. Oh God.
Prepare to roleplay this.
If
yeah.
there's not a discotheque, which is both big in Germany and in gay bars, then I'm out.
I'm working on it. Damn it. I think I have to go to something really Bavarian now too, which is not great.
If there's no singing montage, I'm out.
Okay, so you guys make your way to De Baron Bar, which is it's at 9 o'clock yet.
No, it's not.
Oh,
You have a half an hour left with us.
So you guys make your way to De Baron Bar. which is a very large tavern in the style of almost like a hunting lodge. There is a small awning on front with a bit of fabric thrown over it, canvas, and a stuffed bear's head above it. There is very lively music playing from inside. And then it's fairly populated in here. Both men and women, standing about, talking, carousing. And behind the bar is a very large, rotund man with a great big, almost walrus-like mustache. He's got kind of twisted, curled, blonde hair. He's wearing, looks like suspenders. And he says, Guten Tag! My friend, come. He gestures. He says, welcome to the Baron Bar. I am Gunther. What can I do for you? Please, be gay and be merry, to your heart's content.
Mein Freund.
Yeah.
2 Liters Bier und 3 Mimosa.
Jawohl. And he turns and he gets you 2 beers and 3 mimosas. And he says, do you want to open a tab or will you pay him now?
Always open a tab.
Yeah. And he goes, alright, your name?
I sort of look to the others for a second. Fuck it. Kelsomat.
His eyes go a little wide. Really?
Indeed.
You
have heard of me? It has been some time since I have been in port.
Says, so he takes the quill and he just kind of, with the end of the feather, just sort of tickles at your chest area and goes, I have indeed heard of you. Yeah?
So have many. Your mustache looks fantastic, by the way.
Says, oh, well, thank you.
Please, open that tab for us.
Oh, yes, of course. I realized my hands are not writing. And he just kind of quickly jots down Kelsamat and, folds it, puts it inside of his shirt,
so
gives you a wink.
I'll turn to everyone. Okay, I've gone for 3 mimosas and 2 beers. Who wants beer and who wants mimosa? I know Ria wants mimosa.
I was
Do you
going
have
to say,
anything
my order.
stronger?
Oh,
And that
probably,
is
but
another...
you cannot be in Eisen without trying the beer. You have to try the beer. All of us. The 2 beers, we're all sharing those. We're all getting at least a little bit.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Did Marina come?
Yeah.
she did, yes.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
You forgot a drink
So
for her.
I
Unless
will
she's not
grab
drinking.
the mimosa from Kels and give it to Marina. And then
Okay.
I will go ahead and order my own beer.
Okay, awesome.
Wait,
So,
Excuse me.
one
No,
second.
The mimosa was for me, but okay.
One quick second, though. Una, on your next roll, you basically get to roll again and take the worst of the 2 because you refuse mimosa. And, Gregory, you do as well because you also chose beer again. So that's 2 you've got coming up next time we get there.
Yep.
The mimosa was definitely for me. I remembered.
Always drinking mimosas. That's just a character thing at this point.
And yeah, so Layla and Rhea and Kels get the benefit
That
of
was
getting a
used.
reroll.
was
And
used.
second, I knew what he was doing the second he ordered 2 beers, even though it was in German. Damn it, I knew what he was doing. So I forget who donated that, but thank you so much again. That was amazing. Was that Tweeter Vecna?
I think.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, hang on, I can go back through Streamlabs and see if I can find last week. It's
Okay,
a tall order,
groovy.
but I'll have a look.
But yeah, so yay, donations! You can impact the game by screwing over your players simply by their taking a beer instead. So their place is a little crowded. You see
You didn't
people.
let me order my drink.
Oh, sorry. So yeah. So
I
you
was
make it
gonna
really
order.
quick.
I was gonna order mimosa.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by you getting screwed over.
Okay. So the way I was thinking was that Una was like, Kels forgot someone. Well, he can't forget Marina, so
Mhm.
I'll just get my own drink.
Okay. All right.
Damn it.
So, all right.
That's
so
what I
I'll
get
remind
for
everyone-
trying to think of nice people.
Okay.
Don't
So-
be nice.
Fuck
So
you,
you
Marina.
approach Gunta and he says, "Oh yeah, what can I do for you, Fräulein?"
Yes, I'd like to a mimosa. My friend didn't order enough.
It is with Alsamatz. Yes, okay, yeah, sure. And he quickly serves it up for you. So there you go. Enjoy.
Thank you.
And
Go back.
it's a little bit crowded in here. There's a good number of standing tables, rather than actual like sit down, kind of towards the center of the room. There are 2 fireplaces in here, which are currently burning. It's a little bit chillier outside. Even though it was, fairly bright, it's getting into the really, mid-set of the colder weather in the seasons here in Northern Eisen. And so there's plenty of people standing closer to the fires. Inside of the room, body heat is kind of what keeps it a little bit warmer. There are some open booths, but more standing tables than anything. The sides of the room are in this large lodge-like building are covered in a great number of stuffed animal figures and trophies, all sorts of different taxidermy. So you can't really find a place that is not at least under one of these things, giving you the kind of this this feeling of dread that they might just fall on you at any point. There's so many of them. It's almost like Ace Ventura's "What a Wonderful Room of Death You Have." So, do you guys want standing room, a booth?
I can't imagine Grigory's going to fit in a booth.
Okay.
I think this. Well, no, the booth is going to give us a bit more privacy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A little
I
bit,
just won't
yeah.
sit in there.
Okay.
You'll
I
get
won't
stuck.
fit. Yeah, I'll grab
You
a
could
bar
just-
stool or something.
You could just sit on the end and
Yeah.
block everybody's view.
It's
Yeah.
true, actually.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Wonderful. So sneak into this little booth, and then Gregory fills in the doorway, I guess.
Okay. So, as you guys
Perfect.
fill into a booth, drinks in hand, Marina speaks up first. So, you're all right? Where did you go?
Well, he apparently took me to what's it called again?
Greystone Tower.
Yes, thank you. He took me to Greystone Tower. There are a few interesting people that I saw. So, has anyone heard of Ezra Wells?
Yeah.
That's Phoenix.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Who is this Ezra? And how do you know them?
I don't actually know them. I had a really weird dream. Remember that time I told you guys Marina, you don't know this, and if you tell anybody, I'll kill you. You remember that time I told you I kind of can do a little bit of magic?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you remember. That, because I'm from Avalon, that comes from not really with me, and I actually haven't always been able to do that. It comes because of, long story short, and I'm still not totally getting this, a knight. And so that knight used to be, I think, in Ezra, and was there for his kind of fall, except for he's not there anymore, and he took pity on me, and that's why he's with me right now, I think because of Jeremy. It's weird. All I know is he definitely tried to take down the rulers of Avalon, and he was found guilty thanks to my brother. And I mean, this is assuming my dream is real, which it's told to me by this knight, which I know sounds crazy.
He
I
was
really
found
sound
guilty
crazy.
because of your brother?
Are you drunk?
No,
I'm just
I'm an
checking.
able drinker. Oh, I love that feat. No, yeah, my brother saw something he wasn't supposed to, went, reported it before he got caught. He somehow got through, reported it, and that's how Ezra died the first time. And I'm sure that, yeah, that's why he's got Jeremy.
In all fairness, that's not the craziest thing we've ever heard.
That's fair.
No.
I mean,
It's up there.
we've literally been dealing with people that disappear into thin air.
I mean, it's not the sanest thing we've heard.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, so that's why I've heard of Wells. Yeah, he used to be some big deal in Avalon, and now he's supposed to be dead, but he's not.
Now he's dead.
but how?
Oh, you probably don't know this, Una, because I think you were getting kidnapped at the time, but he's definitely using Gabriel Fournier's body to some extent. Like, he kind of body swapped? Body snatchers? Are we invasion of the body snatchers by this point? I think so.
Oh, yes. I did see that.
Okay, cool.
Though as soon as who I thought was Gabriel rescued me, popped into the tower, and then started talking, I realized it was definitely not him.
Oh, good.
Yeah. That was
that
a
was
long 5 days. Tell you
Sorry.
what.
You have no idea.
It wasn't that bad on the ship. Like it was almost kind of nice.
Marina, shut up. It's not about you right now, honey. It's
You're
about
not
Una.
part of our group. You can't sit with us.
There is this look of almost interjectedness on Marina's face. She says, "Can you let me out so I can, I don't know, go be gay and marry somewhere else?"
I'm just gonna pass that.
Oh no! Come on!
Why
Please.
already
hold
saying.
on. Hold on. Why is everybody being so hostile to Marina?
I do not know.
Why are you here? How are you here?
Yeah, that's because
yeah,
Kel's
actually-
kidnapped her.
What?
I did not kidnap her. She
Charles
came of
asked
her
me-
own free will.
Gregory was very wounded, and he asked me to come along to help patch him up. And I've been
I
seeing-
wasn't very wounded.
You were
Just
pretty wounded.
Disagree.
Slightly.
Gregory,
It was just
I
hallucinating.
saw you.
You could
before.
barely walk.
I mean, I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
I got better.
Please,
Just a flesh wound.
Are we just
Uh,
pretending that I don't matter?
come on, you guys. Let's. You guys enjoy your drinks. Marina, come. Let's go outside. Let's have a talk.
She rolls her eyes. She just she looks up, blinks at the ceiling a little bit, and slides out. Fine.
That's the Marina we know and love.
Yes. Well, no, the one that would be dejecting Kel's actually, I think, is normally the one we know and love, but that's okay.
What happened? Why?
She's.
I thought you liked her.
We did. She's too.
Something's not quite right.
complacent. She's too complicit. There we go. That's the word.
She also appears to be in love with Kells. Suddenly.
Very, very suddenly.
Something
Well.
fishy about her. We can't quite figure it out.
It's
Being mean
like
to her
she's
is
not
gonna
her.
make it any better. She's going
No.
to make her resent you and possibly more hostile to you. If there is something wrong with her, you should probably tread lightly if you don't trust her.
We've had 5 days without you. We've missed you. We've gone terrible. Okay.
We need you here to keep us nice.
We need your guidance.
I normally don't talk to people long enough to really get to know them. I just take from them and leave. So this has been a very long time for me.
In my personal experience, the more hostile you are to people, the quicker they show their true colors.
True. But it also shows your hand.
Marina and Kels get outside. Marina picking a hand to her the corner of her eye. Yeah, what?
Look, I am sorry about the way It's a long time, 5 days at sea, and sometimes... I mean... Sometimes people can rub each other the wrong way. I'm sorry if that has happened with you.
I fixed your friend, and this is how they treat me just because I like you? Like, because I actually want to be nice to you because I saw you do something heroic and you actually are kind of sweet, but no, apparently I have to be a mean bitch all the time.
I mean, there could be several things, you know, they could be a little jealous. It could be that they, you know, they envy not only your skills, but your radiant beauty. There's all sorts of things that could be at stake here. And like I say, 5 days at sea, that's a long time, and we mostly spent it together speaking and fixing Gregory. Perhaps a lack of communication is part of the problem, and it's just built up to this sort of passive-aggressive resentment.
Because I'm a healer and I helped make sure he could still function and live, because that was, what, 3-4 bullets I pulled out of him?
Uh-huh. I know. And I am so grateful for you. Come on, look, you need a break. Why don't we go somewhere else? I think there's another bar just down there. There's always bars around. This is Eisen. Let's head down the street. Let's find another bar. We can chill.
So as your friend, you have to help your friends with this whole Phoenix business.
They can wait a few hours. Come on, let me get you dinner at least.
Kels, she reaches out, holds your hand, she says, I'll go find this someplace that doesn't smell like stuffed animal heads, and I'll get us some rooms, okay?
In a bit of friendship, I'm just gonna poke my head out the door and tell them there's a really nice, like, restaurant place up the road.
Okay, so you, having followed them, you poke your head out, and you see...
I'm creepy like that.
Yeah, Marina, you could definitely see that there is, like, she's definitely misty-eyed. As soon as she sees you, she... What? Sorry?
If you go up there, just, like, 5-minute walk up there, turn left, really nice bar, really lovely people. Just go. We'll throw bottles at the locals.
Okay.
Come on.
Just gonna, like, wink at her and walk off.
I'll take you. This is my treat. Can I get some alone time at last? We've been cooped up on a ship with all of my crew and my guests all the time. We can go and spend some time together.
Alright. Sure.
You know, the beer here is especially good. Some of it is so sweet it tastes like champagne.
I'll believe it when I taste it. And she slowly extends her arm for you to take it.
I will loop arms, and I will, as soon as we get in that bar, I am going to the barkeep, and I'm going to say, here, look, you set yourself down here. Look, we have a booth all to ourselves. This is perfect. You there, can you light this candle for us? Perfect. And I'll walk up to the bar, and I'll just be like, barkeep, I need your best beer. This person has had a bad day. I need the most champagne-esque beer. I don't care if I have to spend a whole wealth point, he says in the meta. Because I don't know how money works still. We need a good time right now.
So yeah, so the restaurant / bar you find yourself in is called Mundik, which is German for moonlight. If I butchered that, I'm so terribly sorry. Yeah, so the bartender, a young woman, she says, right away. And she says, she snaps her fingers, and 2 busboys that are going around cleaning the tables look up, and she points, and in very quick Eisen, she barks at them orders to go get everything at the table cleaned up.
And one thing which I may have forgot to mention earlier, because once again I became too goddamn engrossed in this immersive story, is we hit 10 retweets ages ago.
Oops. Okay. So I'll roll the d5.
end of night bar shenanigans is the perfect time for a wild surge. Just
Sounds
saying.
great.
All right, so 1, 2, 3. That's for Layla. Layla, could you go ahead and roll for me a 1d601? Is it now?
602.
602. Excuse me. I gotta go through and change that. That's my job now, everybody.
We have appointed Derek as our new wild magic surge janitor.
Who better to take care of wild magic accidents than the Archmage? 312. Okay. Oh, alrighty then. Let me go to the thing and pull it up.
I've already got it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay.
That'll work well in a bar.
Yeah. All right.
That is the least encouraging reaction you have had to a wild magic surge so far.
I don't know, I love it.
So,
Why is it always me?
No, I had 3 on me previously, so.
second
Thought he was a horse.
second DM tip of the night. Because I'm good at my job, damn it. Roll with the punches. So, the air in the room as you guys are back in the Baron Ba. The room grows colder. Layla, as you reach out and again picking your glass back up, it suddenly freezes to be completely ice cold.
Gotta throw it.
Okay.
Gregory's going to immediately stand up and back off.
Yeah, everybody, you can suddenly see your breath as the room has gotten cold, and it's gotten quiet too.
Oh god.
Okay, guys, this doesn't normally happen, just so you know.
Yeah, sure?
I mean, I've never seen it happen. Pretty sure it doesn't happen. Like, does anybody else notice? Or is it just us?
You guys, like, you kind of hear people commenting that it's gotten colder, and you see sitting opposite the room from you is a young man with well-kempt black hair and pale white skin. He's dressed particularly well, and he taps his white hands together as you see him watching you. He stands
I'll
up.
do it.
Okay. You walk over to him.
Ria's gonna sense sorcery while she is at it. Before she moves
This
in.
guy is lit up in magic.
Layla, be careful, don't
That's
Una's
very
got her
descriptive.
eyes trained on Layla to make sure that no one tries to hurt her.
I'm
Nice.
following after because I now know that magic shit is going.
As you guys make your way. Gregory, do you go too?
What sort of distance is it?
He's about 25 feet away across the room. Everyone's getting up over towards him.
Gregory really doesn't like magic. Yeah, Gregory will approach, but not
Nope.
not like right up there. He's a good 10 feet away. Not liking magic 1 second.
So, as you guys walk over to him, he stands. He stands about 6'1". So he gets up tall and lean. And he walks over to you. He sees Layla first, but his head turns with this very oddly graceful precision. And he looks to Una. You young ladies smell of Greystone Tower. More particularly, you smell like Ezra Wells. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Why?
Damn it!
So,
Una, just real quick, as he says that, Una just goes.
just what, sorry?
She just goes. I don't.
All right. Awesome. So, seeing as we are now at the last little bit, we're gonna go and now let's do something fun. Oops, wrong one. I know how to work music, I promise. Okay, so we'll go around and say what your favorite part was, and where we can find you on the online and everything. So that way the awesome people in chat who stuck with us all evening know where they can get more of your awesome content and the like, and just you as people. Yay.
If I can tag on to that as well, chat, start thinking of a raid cry, and also if I could get chat and the players' feedback on how you felt about the new staggered breaks today, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, go ahead, light that up. So we're going to start in opposite order. We'll go with, we'll go down, start right in the middle because that works. That's geometric. Arasavad.
Oh, hey. I am Eris Savad. Let me just start off. The entire scene aboard the Salty Spray, best. I loved all of it. I almost peed myself from laughing so much. It was a great time. And I really, this is gonna sound bad, but I really want to take Una onto the Salty Spray. Yep, sounded bad. Okay.
Raising.
Well, I said this is gonna sound bad. Anyways, I make dice trays and lots of bags, and actually this weekend you will be able to catch me in Charlotte, North Carolina at Mace Convention, where I will be selling a bunch of awesome stuff. I have so much for sale, and there might be some stuff coming up as well. My shop's gonna reopen soon. Anyways, so I got that. There's I just started getting more submissions for the multi-stream calendar that I'm organizing. And I think Scrat didn't send it, but somebody sent me a full list of all the shows for this channel. So everything that this channel has is on there now, as far as I know. If the person can be trusted, I'm looking at you. You know who you are. So yeah, that's up, and you can follow me on Twitter for all the good stuff at Erisavad, just like I guess it's up there. I don't have a thing on. You can also go to my website, erisavad.com, where you can find all the stuff that I make in the calendar. There's some safety tools, particularly the ones that we use here on the stream. There's a copy up there too. And MaceCon. I'm so excited. Yep.
Awesome.
I think that's it. I'm really bad at that.
I didn't do any of your links. I'm the worst. Hang on. I got excited. I'm like 100% in like engrossed mode. I was just listening to your beautiful words washing over me, and forgot to do all the other things.
Yeah, it's cool.
If you want to link your thingy as well, that'd be amazing.
Ooh.
Thank you as well, whoever sent in the timetable thing. That's cool. Thank you.
But yeah, so thank you so much for being here. And oh my god, awesome job with just giving Phoenix all the shit. I love it.
Thank you.
And then we'll go over to Natalie.
All right. Sassy Pants Una, definitely one of my favorites. But I really love Break the Bottle.
The bottle was so good.
I'm gonna come up with a point system, I think, when I get bored this week. I think that was my other favorite, especially just because Layla keeps throwing bottles at everybody. And then Daniel was actually just wonderful also this time. He was great. He was good. I like that kid. The kid's gonna go places. Probably over the ship, but that's fine. That's still places. Otherwise, hi, I am Natalie, also known as Chaotic Rogue on like everything. I don't know. Although apparently there's another Chaotic Rogue out there, and I need to go find them and steal their identity. You can find me on Twitter, where I ramble about a lot of weird tabletop RPG and D&D stuff. It's a lot of weird stuff. As well as my company, Chaotic Rogue Entertainment, which is chaoticrogue.com. I'll throw that in the thing in a second, where it's just tabletop content and stuff like that. I write stuff. We have an actual play podcast that launches every other week, where I play hilariously an actual alcoholic, because apparently my characters always have that running thread, which is probably something I should look at. Otherwise, I don't know. I just create content. I'm writing for a couple of things that I don't think have been announced yet, so I can't actually say too much, but I'm hoping I can by the end of this season. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Not nearly as much cool stuff as Eros, but still cool. I want one of her dice trays. Anyways, that's a side note.
Well,
I
message
messaged you,
me.
I messaged you.
Hey,
just message me.
awesome. So now we're gonna take it back around to Layla, or as we know her, Jay.
Hi. Yeah, my favorite bit was throwing bottles at people. I kind of like.
Yeah.
Layla's a bit stressed out, because trouble seems to follow everyone everywhere they go, and although she's uncomfortable being in her hometown, she doesn't really want to bring bad luck or anything there. So she's just kind of getting stressed out / protective, and is just throwing more bottles to de-stress during that time. So that's great. Yeah, bottles are definitely my favorite. Making Griffin clean them up. That might actually be my favorite part. Over the top of it. Great NPC, definitely my favorite at the moment. Yeah, so I'm Jay Bambi. My name's up there, and my name is the same on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, just to keep it nice and easy for you. I stream with Alex, who is that away. We haven't streamed that much recently because I've just gone back to full-time work, but hopefully we should start streaming again very soon. So, as in like this week, we're going to go back to doing it because we haven't played Ark in bloody ages.
And the new expansion's just been released, literally like half an hour ago.
And the new expansion's out, and we need to play Gary's mod because we played it yesterday and it's just so much fun. I loved it. Yeah, so that's me.
I love Gary's mod. I can't get enough of Prop Hunt, so.
Oh my god, we need to play it!
And murder as well. We should definitely all do this at some point offline. This would be great.
That would
So
be
good.
amazing.
I'm really bad at video games, but I actually want to play that one.
Honestly, it's so
Ditto.
much fun.
Ditto.
It's like, you don't need to be good, it's so much fun.
Fantastic.
Oh, no, I don't think you know. You don't know. I break technology just by hitting X.
I love you. This is great.
So taking across the screen over to our big strong bullet holder, Alex.
You're muted.
We
You
can
are.
still hear you.
I know.
It's great.
Ah,
I love it.
frustrating. So I actually clicked the button to unmute it, and then it decided to mute itself again.
Oh, fun.
However, I've actually managed a whole stream with no one saying that my microphone has gone all wobbly and roboty. Unless you've
Sorry, you
just
sound like a robot. What?
You're gonna jinx it.
fuck off.
Yeah, we just didn't
I was
tell
just
you.
about to say, oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? You went
No.
all robot for a
Not
second.
fair. I'm now not sure whether you're messing or whether it actually did.
We don't like
Fine,
you.
You're
No,
fine.
we're
Okay.
fine. I was taking the piss. My bad.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm just. I've actually ordered a new microphone as well, just in case.
Oh, honey.
Oh, anyway, so hi. Right, let's cover the first thing. This session, what was my favorite bit? My favorite bit was the entire first section between Una and Phoenix and Jeremy, and it's just amazing. Seriously, I was so engrossed in all of that. I could just watch and listen. Like if you two, I don't know, just recorded it, I would just absorb all of that content. Just talk about things. It doesn't matter. It clicks really well. Amazing. I love every single session we have. It's amazing. Yeah. So favorite bit is pretty much the last 3 hours. Yeah, it's all brilliant. I love it. As for me, I'm Alex or Alexandrian or whatever you want to call me. The bullet magnet or the sieve.
Bullet cushion.
He answers to
Yeah.
whatever. I give him different nicknames literally every day. So
Every day.
I
Yeah,
love it.
every day.
Oh my god, have I broken Zoom? Sorry guys, Zoom just closed on me. I don't know what happened there. Zoom is back.
Shall
Is
I-
everyone else back?
Yeah,
We
we've been
didn't
here.
go anywhere.
We didn't
You're
leave.
now. You're now
Uh,
No,
down
just
there.
you.
Yep. Sorry, I tried to change something in Zoom and it had a shit and closed.
Oh,
That was weird.
I'll hold fire.
Oh yeah, no, we're all goofy. Oh, we're back. Okay, no, we're
I was
good.
gonna say, is anyone else watching the stream?
Everybody's
Oh.
gone.
Mine's
Don't worry.
just on the screen that says the Twitch machine has been unplugged. So I don't
Everybody doing their
Oh.
flap.
High five it.
Twitch is just doing a representation of my brain in the last half hour of the game.
Are we live again?
Yeah, we haven't
Wait.
dropped at all. It was just
Oh,
Zoom.
really? Oh,
It was
okay.
just
That's-
Zoom.
Okay.
All right. I've lost my drift. So Dark Fox 0812 up there is my Twitter and Twitch account name. As Jay said, we stream occasionally on Twitch. I'm terrible at games, so if you want to watch me suffer, feel free to drop by. Other than that, follow me on Twitter because I ramble about a lot of shit, which is great. That's pretty much me, really. I don't really do much else on the internet.
Awesome.
Other than
Well,
this amazing place.
you do this, and we're happy you're here.
Well, exactly. And by the way, this is Benji, who is a shit.
Now known as Octopussy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Kids
and-
will love that.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And then before we turn it back to our beautiful headmaster, it's me. So, hi everybody. I'm Derek. I've been your game master for the evening, or at least part of it. Pretty sure you guys took over at one point, so it's
Yeah.
okay. But so my favorite part is was actually definitely like that, because you're just like, oh yeah, there's this thing here, right? I'm like, yes and yes, no, I am an actor. Yes and yes. But you know, there was that, and also love you. Then there was also if you don't mind me sharing this, Alex, in our Zoom chat while Phoenix was talking, Alex suddenly types in, wow, he's actually making a really good point. And I'm like, good.
It's just, I was having a hard time arguing with him. I'm like, I really kind of want to join you right now.
That's the thing, like
Break down the man.
I love creating villains that you guys hate, and if it's working, then it just makes me feel
But
good.
this is the point. Like, I'm now not hating him all that much. I'm like, shit, he's got a point.
Oh no, actually, I really like him. I like him a lot, and I totally like get his mindset, and I really like that. Una's not a fan, but that's because she knows that he's kind of right too.
But so that was my favorite. I love role playing with all you guys. You guys are fantastic. Quick little thing about me, where you can find me. You can find me on Twitter at archmage_Derek, where I talk a lot about D&D and other role-playing games. I'm here on Scraticus Academy Mondays at 6 p.m. for the Eberron game and this one. If you're missed out on most of it, it will be on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, but he's going to say that. Or he's going to say that. I get lost. And also check out the Mage College, the awesome website where myself, my awesome wife Kana, and our friend Tahina create D&D materials such as subclasses, spells, feats, and the like. And we also just had a few things come out in DM's Guild. Check those out. Dampier, Carfolio Anya. There's more coming in the future. Warlocks next week. Woo! But I've talked plenty. My friend, Headmaster, Scraticus, take it away.
So I had several favorite bits. First of all, I also loved the one-on-one roleplay. I really appreciate how long you guys managed to keep that going as well, because I know one-on-one it can be a strain on the voice. One of the things that happens one of the things in a 3-hour stream is you've usually got like 3 or 4 other people that you can let do the talking, so that you can give yourself a rest. And the two of you maintaining that with such intensity for a long time, I appreciated not only emotionally, investment-wise, but also from a professional sort of. Can I say that? Do I count as a pro? Who knows?
Well, yeah.
You do this as a job, so yes.
Okay. Is that the definition?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it is now, damn it.
That is the definition.
Okay. It feels weird, man.
If you're kind of my boss in some respects, yes.
I mean, I don't.
At
care.
times.
Anyway, my other favorite part was when Derek addressed me in German and I responded and it just ruined everything. And I love to hate it. It was like great. Like
I know who and how and why I'm going to be hearing about this very soon. You have doomed me, sir.
You said Guten Tag. I was like, that was the other fun thing as well. I love doing weird accents with weird
Languages.
yeah, languages with weird accents. So like doing German in Italian or Spanish or even the Scottish accent is always Guten Tag. It's good fun. Anyway, yeah. What am I saying? Yeah. Thank you. Right. Brilliant. Me. Yes. Academy. Guys, come and play D&D. You in chat. You in chat. Come and play D&D. Get on the socials, okay? Give me a DM. Give me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you into a game. Simple as that. It's not going to be this season unless we have a shit ton of dropouts because I've got a waiting list. But I am very soon going to be organise Christmas and new season games and casts. So send me a DM and I'll get you a game. Christmas is going to be a great time for first time players. If you've never played before, send me a DM and we'll get you into your first game or second game, that sort of thing. We'll get you some one shots and we'll just help you cut your teeth. We'll get you your first couple of games, help you get that confidence. I know someone earlier said that they were nervous to do a voice. Well, come along. You don't have to do a voice the first time. Well, I mean, I think Martin, you've been on the channel before. Come along again until you've got that confidence to do it, buddy, because that's what we're here for. We just want to support you, and that goes to everyone in chat. If you want to come and learn to role play and learn to do accents and all the rest of it, do it. And next season, I'll be taking a whole bunch of new crews again. That's what the Academy's for. We like to turn people over, try and get you all more skills in D&D. So we'll be taking a whole bunch of new role players, pairing them with some of our experienced cast, which may very well include the faces that you see here right now, because I consider all of you experienced role players. In fact, all of you are experienced enough that if you haven't DM'd for me yet, I want you to come and DM in an academy at some point, and you should all message me about that as soon as you feel confident. I'm looking at Dark Fox, I'm looking at Eras, and I'm looking at Natalie. Jay, you've never expressed an interest yet, but if you want to come and DM a game, I would be keen for that too.
I would give it a damn good go.
Happily will do it whenever, darling.
Please DM me, because at this point I've got more people coming to me than I am reaching out, which is a strange thing for me. I usually spend most of my time reaching out to people and trying to bring more people into the community to get the right mix in the community. I know that sounds horrible, like eugenics or something, but I put a lot of effort into getting a good, like, sort of
inclusivity. There you go.
Yes, making sure the people that may not want to speak up are included. Thank you.
That's right, yeah.
Anyway, I've gone on a massive tangent. This is supposed to be me going... Anyway, yeah, games, come and play them. Discord as well, come and be part of that community, and YouTube, catch up on this and all the other shows. We are full-time. You can support us on Patreon, you can support us by getting some merch, and you can support us by direct donations, modelled today by the lovely Dark Fox. Alex, he's got it below him there. I suppose also modelled by Eris. It's to her left, right, left-ish, right, like bottom... Other left, stage left. Yeah, one of them. We're over halfway this session, thanks to those donations. So thank you so much, all of you. Yeah, we'll the goal at the moment is just our monthly costs. If we beat that, we will again go towards the stretch goal, which would be Gen Con next year. And last month we overkilled it, and I was able to get some new gear. Hence the green screen is back, because I replaced the things I lost in the move, and new headphones. So thank you all for your wonderful donations. It's amazing. Thank you. What am I doing? I'm so flustered at this point by the end of games. Bird in the Storm Publishing is one of our sponsors. Please go and check them out. They do most of their stuff for charity. And also we have Mage Hand Press. They do a 5e space reskin called Dark Matter, which you can catch at 1 PM on Thursdays. We do not have a tweet because this is the end of the show. Iris, thank you. No. Today
I got so many bits today, guys. You have no idea.
I'm so excited. This is our raid cry. I don't hold the wheel. I prefer to work the stick, and it's going to completely confuse who we raid.
Yes.
We are going to go and raid an artist, someone who doesn't even play TTRPGs. I think so. This is going to be great.
Oh my gosh.
But she is the cutest artist. You guys have to stick around. Please pop her a follow because her follow response is just the cutest thing. She does this whole thing where she's like, "Thank you, thank you."
Oh
thank
yeah,
you.
it's like the
Yeah. Like. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. It's great. Just follow. You'll see it. It's great. We're going to go and raid her. It's going to be brilliant. We are full-time. We stream Monday to Thursday, 1 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. EST. We also stream on Fridays at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. every other week, and the 1 p.m. game is over on Greyhawk channel. Thank you so much for your support today, guys. I can't wait to see you in 3/4 of an hour for the Curse of Strahd, and these guys will see you next week. When is it? Tuesday again. Keep on evoking emotions. We'll catch you later. Bye, everyone!
Bye. Stay awesome. Woo.